Try to keep it on the lows, you mean? There we go. Perfect. All right. 1 second. 1 second. We are live. Ready's get yourself ready. And you give me the thumbs up when you ready. I got a little 5 minute thing I gotta say before we get started. So just thumbs up in your camera and I'll see it. Before I bring y'all a plickety plug for my trucking family to another person to help them get money. Before I bring them that, I'm gonna touch on something about being on this platform. When you come on here, it's like being on a legit outlet, a media outlet. My total social media is about 92,000 people. That means when you say something on here, you gotta mean it. You gotta mean it. Everything you say can be checked. These people will check you. So don't take it lightly. Now, if your stuff is in order and everything like that, first of all, give me a sound check. Is my sound delicious? Is my sound good? Give me a sound check real quick. Let me make sure I got to turn it up a little bit. Hold on. Let me give it. There you go, right there. Am I good? All right. When you come on here, you on a legit platform. 90,000 people can and have the option to look at you. May or may not get the notification to look at what you got going on. So you must stand on what you say. It isn't my fault. Lo, I didn't send you another one because I felt it was too real last time and you was done out. So I didn't send you a link. You need a link. You just need to tell me. So please mean what you say. Please don't regret what you say on it. Don't. It ain't my fault. Oh, now I got the thumbs up from Ready Boutique. That's a riggedy rap. Low, pay attention, stay here. I'm about to bring y'all. I'm just gonna bring her in here and let her tell y'all what she do. Cause see, in the middle of me going through the mess, I'm gonna bring y'all plugs at the same time. Okay? Now here she go. I'm gonna listen, respect her. Y'all coming here with the wild stuff while we talking business and plugs. I'm just gonna boot you. I'm not even gonna deal with that. She here to show you something. All right, ready? Here we go in 5-4. Make sure you're good. Don't be nervous because you look nervous in the joint. 1, 2, 3, and boo. You ready?
Finally.
Now listen, I've been trying to go live.
I've been waiting on you.
I done went live 7 times. I done sent you the link. I done did everything.
This is my first time getting the link. I don't know what happened, where it disconnected.
It could be. I switched to AT&T, so I could be like fell down that Verizon hole, and now I can't do what I got to do. Before we get started, though, where can they find you? What's your Instagram, whatever?
My Instagram is Ready Logistics. My main personal Instagram is Red Ready Buyers. Facebook is the same. Red Ready Buyers and Ready Logistics.
Ready?
Everything's ready.
Everything's ready. You just ready to go. You don't got to get ready.
Yeah.
Now, what do you offer to what level of person should be checking you out so we don't get a bunch of company drivers going over there trying to talk to you?
So I mainly deal with trucking operators. So I help them manage their accounts, file their taxes for if the 2290s. I assist with I give loads and dispatch for truck drivers as well. Flatbeds, drive-ins, box trucks.
So you got the loads. You the plickety plug. You the loads. Where your loads usually go?
Southeast
Are you
region.
all over all 48?
I'm basically on the south.
Ooh, we got a technical difficulty.
Can you hear me?
And I need your link.
Can you hear me now?
Do I got my other? Do I got we had I'm gonna boot you out for a second. She got technical difficulties. As soon as she come back, she can come back and let us know what the deal is.
Can you hear me?
Hold on. While we waiting on the Ready situation, Sugar Plum, Can you plug this in for me for a little bit? I ain't mean to interrupt you. I'm screwed. I don't know where the gray one's at. I don't know if I left it in the truck or did I leave it in the truck.
Oh, I'm not sure you might
All right, it's cool. Hold on. I think she back. Booyah. You good?
have. Good. I don't know what happened.
It happens. It happens. Signals is what it is. I'm way out the way, so my signal ain't the best right now. But so if I say I'm an owner operator, do I need to be leased under a company? Or I need to have my own authority before I talk to you.
You need to have your own authority before you talk to me.
Okay. Okay. So basically, this is not for freshmen. It's strictly for live men. That's it.
That's it. Please have your own authority before you talk to me. I do deal with new and fresh owner operators, but have your own authority beforehand.
And if I have my own authority, then I'll get access to the loads that you have.
Correct.
All right, right now, give me a top three don't do when dealing with you because I know you done dealt with some mess. So what's the top three don't call me with?
Top three, don't call me if you're not ready to work. I have truck drivers that call me and ask me 1,000,010 questions. Then they don't even, I offer them loads. They have 1,001 other things that they say, or excuses, or whatever case it may be. They say, "Oh, I'm ready to get on the road. I'm ready to get on the road." I'm like, "Okay." I'll send the loads that I got. Oh, that's far. What is? And they'll be from North Carolina to Tennessee. With good rates though. They don't want to drive.
Mm.
Beforehand, you let me know. Oh, I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to go that far. I'm willing to be home 2-3 days out the week. But then when I provide you the service and I provide you the load, now you're complaining.
Mm.
You're complaining when
So,
you're home about your
but,
money.
but this is something that this is something that I've talked about before. What you're discussing right now is a syndrome in my area, which we call weak thigh meat. You dealing with dudes who want to be home.
Yeah,
Really, they want to be home. And my philosophy has always been you got to pick a side. If you want to be home, you need to do businesses with all the entities that specialize in that.
that is correct. And I especially if someone already laid down the services before you even start, before you even sign a carrier packet. You know what you're getting into before you even start. So yeah,
Mm.
that's a
So
big.
that's one. What's another? What's the irresponsible one? Like they got your load and now you got to go through all this mess. Give me an irresponsible one not to do with you.
An irresponsible one. You're not telling me that you're being late. I have to have the company call me telling me that you're late.
Mm.
Then when I do call you, you have, and I because I check on you periodically. Well, we're really often, to be honest. But you're not telling me that you're
So
going to be.
do now. Hold on. We gotta stop because I done cussed a couple broker outs for calling my phone too much. So you the one that keep calling.
I was just gonna say I wouldn't call like aggravating type because I have other things to do, but I'm gonna call and check on you periodically. I might send you a text and make sure you're good, like you're good. What's your ETA? Make sure you're good. Oh, they're like, oh yeah, da da da. I'm okay. I'm 10 minutes away. I'm about 15 minutes away. Lying
Right.
about how far you are from
Mm-hmm.
lying about how long it's taking you to load it. So now I have the company calling me. Oh, they still haven't been here yet. Do you guys have ETA?
Then you got to call. So you're calling because somebody calling you.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
See, I want y'all to be straight for y'all go over there because I don't want y'all. Listen, if you lease Dawn at a mega care, don't call her phone, bro. Don't do that because
Please.
I don't know her that well. So if she hurts your feeling on the phone, don't be mad at me if you call her like, look, I'm with Swift, but what can you do? No.
Yeah, that's the
So they
thing.
gotta have their own papers or they gotta be with a authority that allows them to use outside brokers.
Correct.
And what is that usually called? I know Jones did that. Jones allowed that. Jones Motors allowed for us to use our own brokers. All we had to do was make sure something was right. There was insurance was right or
Yeah,
something. And then after that, it was like
broker, and I'll still
it was
dispatch.
on. Up, I'm froze. Let me put you out while you get your stuff together. Do y'all understand what I'm saying by being ready? First of all, how many people in here? I see you. Give me 1 second. How many people in here is ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Do you got your own situation? Are you in a situation where you can hit her and be like, show me what you got? Are you freezing? You are freezing. Not. Oh no, you're on what? I'm
It's
freezing.
it's you freezing now. It's you.
First of all, Trucker Brown don't freeze. So let's go and work that out right now. Like I don't have that issue. Am I
you
freezing?
you are froze.
No. Hold the phone. Hold on. Let me pick here because you know I'm set up. Come on, I'm freezing. I don't freeze.
For real, I'm telling you.
Hold on. I know I got. Let me go on. That means that my mobile may be better than the resort. I'm at the lake right now, so I
Oh,
may not have the best. Come on, y'all seen the reels. Don't act like y'all ain't seen the
I was
reels. I was out there.
traveling.
That's what I like to do. I like to see this is my thing. You get the money. You can either blow it on the house and be responsible and all that gay crap, or you can actually go have fun with what you're doing. Hold on, let me find the. I think this is my Verizon phone. Why my joint ain't showing up? Am I still freezing, y'all?
Yes. Okay, you're good now.
Somebody dog dying in your background.
You
I'm
can hear
good
it.
now.
My dog is crying because he want to get out the
Yeah.
cage, and he's not.
Oh, I'm about to say something about something going on in the background.
Here, I got the door shut and everything. He's going crazy. He's still a baby. He's 5 weeks. Chuck around, you're still frozen. Can you see me? Are you good? Is this? Can you hear me? Because I can't hear nothing. I'm not for sure what happened. Y'all, what happened? Is he just disappeared?
I'm back. Hold on. Boom. All right. Now am I freezing now? This on Verizon now.
You still freezing? Okay,
Huh?
you good? You good?
Thank you. Put this right here by the window so I get optimum signal. All right. Now we straight. All right, everybody give me sound checks and all that before we move forward. Give me some sound checks and all that would be good. We can hear you, TV. It's froze. We can hear you, but TV is froze. Yeah, that's an old one. All right, listen, that's what I mean. If you're gonna come in, you're gonna deal with somebody that's ready to work. If you're not ready to work, my joint Verizon, don't say it's cricket. Don't do that. My joint is not cricket. Don't even play like that. But if sounds good, video is not freezing anymore. Thank you, Verizon. Booyah. And then she'll call back in and hopefully it'll resync. So I tried to bring y'all people that actually can bring value. Now, if you're not in the position to use them, I cannot help you with that. You have to get your situation right for you to be able to use this person. Hold on, let me look at the for you to be able to use this person. Now I'm trying to bring y'all people that can actually be used. I'm not bringing you nobody that don't know nothing, because all of this other stuff, when we're done with this portion, it's just going to go over to the new regime channel, and then stuff is going to get friggity. I'm just going to let y'all know right now. We're going to break down what happened the other night and a couple of series of videos that was made afterwards. Uh, Team Op, I will when she calls better. A trucker named Jay made a couple videos. I believe there were some threats that was made. We're gonna get into all of that. But that's gonna be for the new regime channel only. This is for the other one. What's the name of the new channel? The channel's not new. It's New Regime Entertainment. I've posted it a lot on my community wall, so you can sub to it if you want. But we're gonna get to that after we handle the trucking business. We're gonna get to that after we handle the trucking business. Booyah. So what's the main thing? Do you have a phone number that they can call you?
Of course. My telephone number is 980-785-5956. And I do the Southeast region, but I'm open
Right.
48 states.
Mm-hmm.
So I do got
48
connect.
states.
I do got connections. I'm kind of plugged in on the West Coast, up north.
Mm.
Check for
So
you.
this is what I want you to do. I want your segment to only be this, and I want you I want you to back out because we about to go over to the hot mess stuff. I don't want you connected to that, and I want you to come in here.
I went out.
Come in here and drop the number, and that way they
I
can
the
people
last
that
part.
can use
I missed it. What did you say?
uh when stuff gets really real. I want you to come in here and drop the number because I don't know how my signal's doing, and I'm about to switch over to another channel, but I want to drop this number for all of them to be able to see it. Hopefully your phone starts ringing. It usually does, and we can go from there. Then when we bring you back next time, we can talk about, hey, this is what I offered. This is what these people are making. Yada yada yada. You can go from there.
Okay, got you.
Thank you so much, Reddy. They have your information. They have your. Let me drop your IG again. Booyah. That's her IG right there. If y'all didn't catch the number,
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Chuck
watch
Brown.
that inbox.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right.
Boo yiggity. All right, we need to get my sound together. My we need to get my sound together. Cause the messy stuff is about to go down. And we about to jump right off a Trucker Brown. I'm about to jump right off a Trucker Brown. If you don't know where New Regime is, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody that knows. And we're gonna just pretty much we're gonna go. Matter of fact, we're gonna drop it to here. Booyah. All right. So I'm dropping it off for Trucker Brown for a minute. Everything's going over the New Regime. Let's go. Let's edit. Let's take it off. Can I do that? I don't even know if I can do that. Can I take it off? Remove. A post was booyah. Save chances. All right, here we are. We're down to here. Removing stuff is only going to be on the regime. Now it's down to 26 people, of course, because hold on, what else am I taking off? No. We're taking off the Sean Brown portion. All the people on Facebook find the New Regime Entertainment one on YouTube now. Go there now, sub to it now, or you will miss it. Booyah! Now we're only on one. Everybody check the sound. See everybody here. They already know what's up. If you're not sub to this channel, you should be sub to this channel. This is where it's going down at. I am dying without my smoker right now. Like I'm literally losing it. You got a green charger right there. Yeah, like I said, there was a couple of videos made, and I can't say that other stuff is connecting to my Bluetooth, my internet. That's why. Is any of your stuff connected to the internet? To my internet? A lot of this stuff videos made, I agree with 90% of them. I say the portion of the Trucker Named Jay video that I did not agree with. That don't mean that it's beef, because me and a Trucker Named Jay are intelligent people. He's more than welcome to ask for the link to come in here. But I'm not gonna send it to him two more. Two things I'm not gonna do from after watching a Trucker Named Jay video. I can never send him a link again, ever. I can never send Jay a link again. He's welcome to ask for it, but what I mean by never send him one, I can never just send it to him without him asking for it, because I don't like. I didn't. I liked his video, but the little portion I didn't like, and I don't know if y'all have seen it, is the portion where it's like, it's my fault. Some of that was a joke. I get that. Um, then some of it is like, when I go mess with other YouTubers, this happened. Listen, when it comes down to it, my belief is, if you feel that way, it don't matter what platform you're on. That's how I feel. It don't matter what platform you're on. If you feel that way, people are not gonna like it. Now, yeah, I have a pretty big platform, but it being, I don't think that it was my fault. It was a question where, if you feel that way, like, do you feel that way? Like, there's no other way to put it. I don't think. Am I wrong about that? Y'all tell me if I'm wrong about that. Y'all explain it to me. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Now, I'm not mad at Jay or anything like that, because me and Jay are smart in that we don't do that. I just disagree. That's it. I just disagree. I disagree. It isn't nobody's fault for how I feel. There's no one's fault for how you feel. There's no one's fault about none of that. Okay? It is what it is. Now, does people need to take time off? That's great. I think that's awesome. Understanding what's going on with the mind is awesome. I'm not against that at all. But it ain't my fault, and it ain't no one else's fault. And that's just how I feel. We're gonna open the line up. Open the lines up for anybody who may disagree. Because, like I said, to me, YouTube is boiled down, especially on this channel. YouTube is a business. So feelings, it's just feelings. To me. Now, y'all give me a video check. Y'all give me a hickamajig check. Give me an audio check before we start getting people in here. Look at this. Michael Nolting. Can you send me back $100, Michael Nolting? No, I cannot, bro. I can't do that. Absolutely not. No. I can't send you back $100. The fact that you have been stalking me for something as low as $100, y'all got to work better on your life, man. Jesus Christ. Y'all got to work better on your life. Did I drop the link? Let me see where I dropped the link at. Oh, that's the Instagram link. Where are we at? You got to work better on y'all life. Let me get the... Oh, no, I got to go on here to be able to pin the link at the top. And everybody's welcome. All beef is always welcome. Anybody want to call in and set me straight? You understand? Anybody want to call in and set me straight? This is your chance, your moment. Hold on. Sound was better when the video was off. All right, hold on. Let me drop the video. We trying to get people in here. Boom. Sound better? All I'm saying. Where's my... I'm looking for my pictures, man. I don't remember changing this picture. This time documents. Hold on, I'm changing this picture. It'll just have to be what it is. Let's go with blue. Hey, brother, you're getting a little sketch looking on there, glitchy. All right, man, things glitch, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Like, what do y'all want me to do? Things are glitching. This is crazy. We're in a new regime. 91 people in the new regime. I hope all y'all sub to it. Oh yeah, I do. I got a. Who wants to be a mod? Alex. Alex has jumped in the queue. Alex has jumped in the queue. Alex, how you doing?
What's going on, Trucker Brown?
Man, I can't complain, Alex. I'm really just trying to get by. How about you?
Pretty good. Your sound sounds great, by the way, when you have the camera off. When it goes on, comes in and out. Just wanted to
Okay,
let you know.
this is gonna be a camera off video. Then I'm gonna keep the camera off to where it's just sound. Thank you
Yeah,
so
it's
much,
perfect,
Alex.
though. Anyway, I just wanted to say I largely agree with what you're saying, but I think some of the rules of whose show it is does matter. For example, the people that come on the show, right? You and the other people who regularly on the show, like Lo, you're framing in a sense what those people are saying, and you have an opportunity to validate it or invalidate it. So I think
Right.
in a sense you do have some responsibility on the show, in my opinion, to frame positions in a way that, I mean, if you have someone on here who is just disrespecting women, like let's talk about what we were talking about yesterday, and
Right.
You're validating that or not pushing back on that, right? Which I don't think you do. I would never say that. I think you do a good job of pushing back on that particular perspective. But that is an example, I think, of you having some responsibility, even if you are just the platform owner who is not actually saying these things explicitly. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I agree with that as in the common decency, because you got to have this in two lanes. We have common decency and actually the responsibility of you're going to have to stand on what you have to say. Now, if someone's on here just with malice bashing women, it is, as far as common decency, I should say something. I should. But at the end of the day, if they do that and leave and then things happen to them based on what they said, that is not my responsibility, is what I mean.
Oh,
You
I
have
see.
to come. You see what I mean? Like, as a good person, I should say, hold on, don't beat up on little people. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you do that and you lose your job, that isn't on me.
Absolutely.
You have to, as an adult, you have to say, well, I'm allowed to say whatever I want. You are allowed to say it, but at the same time, the backlash of what you say, you have to kind of deal with as well. If I come on here and just start talking about gay people in a derogatory way, I could literally lose my job. I could lose my channel.
Sure. Well, and here's another example of, you taking responsibility in a certain sense is you're talking about how, people will go ahead yesterday about how people will go ahead and say a negative thing towards a woman or towards somebody else's relationship partner, whatever. And the responsibility of the community is to call that out and say,
Right.
and that I feel like is not necessarily on you, but if there's someone who is actually saying something harmful, right? It's everybody's responsibility to stand up and say something about it, not just one person who runs the show. You know what I mean?
That's true, because I believe even if Malcolm stay in the queue, I believe there's a lot of things. If you watch stuff about history, if you watch even the Nazi stuff, the civil rights stuff, one of the sayings, and I'm going to butcher this here, is it's something about people who stay silent not being innocent. Like, you're not innocent because you didn't say nothing.
Exactly.
You have to. You're going to say something. I've spoke up for a lot of people in my career on here. it doesn't get it returned because I guess because I'm so big, so it's like, oh, he should be able to take it, so I'm not gonna jump into that.
Right.
And it's fine, I get it. But if you come on here, like even basically last time, it was kind of me holding my friends accountable because I know these people, and it's like when this was going on about said person, none of y'all made a video. Now I'm friends and close enough to these people to say that without losing them as friends, but it's still true. Someone should have, because if it would happen to one of your people, I'd have spoke up.
Right. Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to come down to fear. You know, I mean, you talk about like a trucker named Jay has talked about someone. I'm not saying he's afraid of anyone necessarily, but I'm just saying people leave a sign on his truck. People will text you nonstop. You know, I mean, there's some people out there who are very willing to intimidate and harass you, and it's can be scary to come up here and say something controversial.
Yeah, and that's why I tell people I have to stand on whatever I say. People, I've been approached and threatened with bodily harm and yelling and screaming and I can touch you and all this other stuff. And like I tell them, listen, it's you know,
they can't separate Trucker Brown from the person, right? They think YouTube is real life.
They think YouTube is real life, and when they listen to other creators that may have a problem with me, they get a battery jumped up in their back. But what you have to understand is, you know, there on here we can say what we want and go home, but there are real consequences to taking it off the internet and doing something in real life. There's real consequences to that. There's real prison time. There's like it's not a joke. That's why hopefully we can come on here and we can have a conversation. That's why I said all beef welcome. Come on, I'm not gonna we're gonna have a conversation, and no one was willing to have a conversation. And you know why I believe that is because people say things that are just baseless, but they're not ready for the contrary. They're not ready for someone to push their ideology, and they be able to say something back that makes sense.
Right.
It's just believe like, what I believe, I'll hurt you.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes people do not calculate everything. For example, if you buy a gallon of gas at the gas station and it costs $2, the price of that gas is not accounting for the pollution that the gas spits out into the atmosphere, the environmental effects, the kids who grow up and get asthma because there's gasoline all around, you know, fumes all around. And the price is not accounting for all these extra effects. And when people come on YouTube, they think the price is just $20 to get on the show, or the price is free just to hop on a StreamYard link. But the price is actually, you know, you need to be accountable for XYZ consequence of what you say. And if you're not pricing all that in, you're not doing the calculation correctly.
You're not. And then you're going to run into somebody who's not emotional, and they're going to pick your argument apart, because I say this all the time. Most people aren't used to losing arguments. They believe that the octave of their voice makes their one. That's not how arguments work. You have to say something back to me that makes sense. So if I go on here and one of the people who don't like me calls me and says, well, TB, you're fake and leading people the wrong direction. That's a broad statement, bro. You're gonna have to break that down. You have to tell me what about me is fake. You have to tell me what direction is wrong. And if you can't tell me, that means you just picked that up somewhere and you're repeating it.
Especially on YouTube, where everything's recorded.
Everything's recorded. So tell me what's wrong. Don't do drugs. Is that a wrong place to steer people? Don't drink alcohol. Should I not be doing that? Like, tell me which one of the things that I often say at the end of my video is telling people, or should I say, hey, man, drink a little bit, but be safe. I mean, where is the medium? Nobody knows. You know, here on New Regime, which is not Trucker Brown, here on New Regime, we're going to break that down. If you have a disagreement with me, you can call in and talk to me directly. Let me explain this to you. I study YouTube. The Casey Neistats, the people who grow a lot, they don't do lives. They don't do them. Number one, they don't need to. Number two, like he said, a gallon of gas has a bigger effect. They're so large that they're scared of something said on a freestyle affecting so many things. So they don't do it. Exactly. It just doesn't make sense to do.
And there's documented evidence of people like PewDiePie is a great example. There's documented evidence of one thing being said having a huge consequence on somebody's business. And to them, it's a business model, right? And to a lot of the people who get on a live, it's not a business model. They do not profit from getting on the show, so they're not thinking with
No.
that mindset.
And that's what the cash apps are for. When I tell you that this type of content where we're having intellectual discussion, we may go on race, we may go on politics, we may go on the EPA rules. He touched on pollution. He did all of these are political stances. I cannot get paid for this. YouTube's not going to pay you for it. YouTube really wants you to crush cell phones and make dances. That's it. Because that is what they can sell to Toyota and Marvel Movie. Marvel Movie does not want Alex talking about pollution because that takes a political stance and they're apolitical.
Sure.
They sell
Yeah.
Movies to Trump supporters and Democrats. They don't care. So if you take a stance, it can hurt them. So this what it ends up being is the whole end result is everybody is G-rated now. You would have to be to attach your material to a actual marketing person and get paid. So on this channel, I'm not worried about that. You can just come in here and say what you have to say, and there it is. And if it's not something that is too derogatory, I'll give you your, hey, I don't know if Alex has a Prius. Do you have a Prius, Alex?
No, man, I have a Chevy Colorado.
It's Chevy Colorado. All right. Well,
Lots
but
of
if
gasoline
he
there.
did, if he did have a Prius, you can come on here and say, hey, man, Alex is soft. He doesn't have a V8. And y'all could go back and forth and talk about your different sides. Alex, I appreciate you for calling niggas. Every time you call in, you're the voice of reason, bro.
I appreciate it a lot. Thank you, Trucker Brown, and keep it going.
Thank you. Don't do drugs, buddy.
Take care.
Alex came in. All right, Malcolm. I don't even know how to say your last name. Malcolm.
What's going on, TB?
How do you feel, Malcolm? What we talking about today?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I heard the show the other night, about all the riffraff, man. It was a lot, man, and a little bit of it had me hot, bro. Not necessarily off of what you were saying, but I was also watching Jay's show, and Jay was talking about he was getting, threats behind it. And I'm like, man, this is starting to get out of hand, and
I agree.
And I rock with Jay, man. Jay seemed like a real good dude. I haven't met him yet, haven't met you yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna meet y'all brother soon, man. I'm actually in school now, so I'll be on that road, here soon. But I hope to run into all y'all brothers and and
what
shake
did you
all
disagree
y'all
with? What did you think was a little bit out of the way that was said?
Well, honestly, man, I agree with everything Jay said, and it really wasn't nothing that I disagreed with that you said. It was just, man, okay. It's like this. I'm a father. I got daughters, right? And I expect my daughters to carry themselves a certain way. I expect,
I agree.
black women to carry themselves a certain way. And I don't know if I'm wrong for this, but I feel like if you don't carry yourself the way I feel like a black woman should carry herself, I feel like you don't represent black women. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say what I feel like you do represent, but it ain't black women. You feel what I'm saying?
You sure?
I don't feel like you represent black
You want
women.
to jump out there on that limb there, Malcolm?
Yeah, man.
That sector of the population, you can't say nothing about.
Nah, man, it ain't no disrespect to him, but just like what Jay said, ain't nothing wrong with me calling it what it is. You know what I'm saying? I got black daughters, black sisters, my mother's black, grandmother's black, my father's black, so his mother's black. That's my grandmother. You know what I mean? All the women in my family are black women, man. I love them. I want the best for all of them. And I'ma just say it, man. I want the best for that young lady too. That the lady that we were talking about in the video. I want the best for her too. Listen, man. If you gonna dress the way you do, act the way you do, that's fine. You can do that. But it's a time and a place for everything. You ain't, this lady, young lady, this ain't the club. This ain't the bar. And it's a
Mm.
free country and you should be able to do what you want to do, but that's just not how it works. That's where we gotta separate men from women. We gotta separate smart and not smart. You feel what I'm saying? I
I,
don't want to
I I hear what
hear,
you're saying.
I don't want to hear about her or any other women or any other woman being found in the back of one of them trailers or in the woods out there by one of these truck stops. You feel what I'm saying? All because you want to be cute. Man, it's some fucking demons out here, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah, I mean,
saying?
well, something that people don't know um, is that a large portion of serial killers from the 70s to now have been truck drivers.
Driving trucks, bro. I was just getting ready to say that, bro. It's some demons out here, and it's a majority of them that just haven't got caught yet.
They just
It's
haven't
some
got caught. If
demons
you
out here,
if
bro.
you go on
For
YouTube and type
real.
in truck driver serial killer, there's a whole FBI
A
documentary
lot
talking
of
about it.
them, bro. I'm
And they're saying a
telling
lot
you,
of those dudes never got caught because
man.
they'll
Listen,
do something and they'll take a body 5 states and just randomly drop it. How are they supposed
bro,
to track that?
bro, and they waiting on somebody that's an easy target. You feel what
Right.
I'm saying? And I'm not saying she is an easy target, but you not making it hard for them. You definitely making it easy for them. You know what I'm saying? Why don't
Mm.
you just, get your bag, wait till you get home and you got some home time and you dress like that and make them type of videos and all that old shit, man. Sit your little ass down somewhere before you be found in one of these trailers, man. That's some
Yeah, because they
bullshit.
found a
You know what I
couple of
mean?
dudes in trailers. What was it, 2017? They
Man,
said they
listen,
hung
man.
themselves, but we never figured it out.
And you got, and you got women that will, co-sign what she was doing. When you
Mm.
co-signing something, like that, I feel the same way about you. I feel like you don't represent black women because you don't want the best for that sister. I want the best for that young lady, and I was mad too. I
Well,
said
a
some
lot
things.
of it,
I said
a lot,
some things
a
I
lot.
shouldn't have said about her. But
Right.
man, listen, bro. Like I said, TB, I got daughters, bro. Bro, you know how scared I would be for my daughter, bro, to be a truck driver out there by herself. Like, lady, you ain't no local driver to where you going home every night. You out here in this truck for real. Like, you sleeping in these truck stops for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you out for weeks at a time. Man, you better sit your little ass down somewhere, put some sweatpants on with some damn steel toe boots. Fuck all that cute shit. You know what I mean? Motherfucker, fuck around and snatch your ass up somewhere, man, and shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? You gonna see how cute it is then. You know what I mean? It's bigger than, oh, she should do what she want to do. She young and she got, and she got a nice body, and y'all niggas mad because y'all fat and woo woo. Like, man, come on, man. Come on, seriously, seriously. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even, like I said, I agree with what Jay said, but I ain't tripping off of what Jay said. You know what I'm saying? He said she was showing her body and making money off her body. Okay, whatever. I'm worried about the
Well,
safety. I'm worried about the safety of that girl.
I understand what you're trying to say, what you're saying, and I agree with a large portion of it. But like I say, immediately we are worrying about somebody's safety and if she should do it or not.
Mhm.
But I don't see none of y'all going over to these other derogatory channels and they're basically terribly disrespecting black women, and y'all don't make no videos about it. Y'all
What
don't
channels you
call these
talking about?
people out. Guilty's channel.
Hmm.
You don't think that's the way that he does that is derogatory to black women?
Most definitely, bro. And to my knowledge, he ain't even married to a sister. But
I, I don't,
you know what I
I don't
mean?
know. I don't know all that, but I know.
That's nah, I'm saying like that's cool though. That's cool. Like that man can marry who we want. And like I listen to Guilty too. I like Guilty. And I have heard him say some slick shit about black women, about black people. Like he does say a lot of shit that might rub me the wrong way. But like I said, I don't know that man. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, but
you know what I
where
mean?
are
And
the?
fuck
Where is
it.
the?
But
listen to what I'm saying. We're talking
Mm-hmm.
about we're laying the burden of responsibility on young ladies to dress a certain way, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't see any burden of responsibility on channels that talk and promote and show twerking women and talking about women in a nasty way. I don't see the accountability there. We just want to hold women
Oh, I've
accountable for how
said
they
stuff
dress.
to him before. I have. I've left comments and stuff like that. Like I don't do
Mhm.
videos, yet, because
Right.
then I mean I'm not in the industry yet. I've only been in school for 3 days. So today was my third day in school. So give it about another week or two, and I should have my CDL. I'm at a local school here in my city, so it's gonna take a few weeks, but like I said, man, I have heard him say slick shit about black women, and I have said something to him, but it wasn't
Mhm.
nothing on no beef or nothing. I don't want no
Wasn't
problem
big
with
enough
him or
for him
nothing
to
like that.
respond
But
to it.
yeah, right, right, and he probably just overlooked it and was never paying me no attention. But the way I feel about it, I feel the same way that you feel about it. He does say some off the wall shit. So I
True,
do
but
I I, I do get on brothers.
well, I'm about to hit you with some stuff that's going to be a sidewinder, okay?
Hmm. Hmm.
And I already know what the rebuttal's going to be. Why is it that when black women wear something that could be revealing, or Marcus Collins twerks in a video,
Hmm.
we're this negative about it? But
You said who
when I go
twerks
on
in the
TikTok,
video?
or black women, I'm speaking about black women.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so black women twerks in a video or wear something revealing. It's such a negative force behind it. But
Hmm.
then when I go on TikTok, it's filled up with nothing but white women mimicking our dances, and we're in the comments cheering them on. So why is it
Right.
negative for our women to wear something revealing and do some twerking, but it is almost championed for it's just looked at as, oh, the little white girl, she's just having fun or just free. Why that's what I'm trying to figure out is there's two sets of rules.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You ever see
But
those
hey.
videos on TikTok where they're like doing our dances and all that stuff, and it
Hmm.
gets like 3
Hmm.
million hits? And it's like, whoa, but why aren't we calling her a whore?
Yeah, you right. Then again, TB, that this go right back to what you always say. That's that jigaboo spirit, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's that jigaboo
Right.
spirit. You know what I mean? But you know how we be. You know what I mean? We all at the basketball court hooping. You know what I mean? Soon as the white boy pull up and he got some halfway decent handles, we act like he the motherfucking truth. You feel what I'm saying? And it
Right.
ain't even that the white girl can dance better than us. Can't no white girl fade no sisters when it comes to some dancing. You feel what I'm saying? She might just
Yeah,
look
but
good doing it, and then she might be halfway decent. Really, it's a surprise to us. Really, it's a oh shit factor. Like, oh shit, okay, you know what I mean? I see you, white boy. You know what I mean? I see you. You know what I
I
mean?
feel you,
Type shit.
but we're leaving it to our women to be called whores and tore down and feel bad about themselves. That's where
Right, right.
to me it becomes toxic. Now
But
it's
I feel
toxic.
like
It's just
this
like, oh,
though.
you did something out of line. You're a whore. You're a slut. You're this. You're
I
that. Then the
feel
white girl
like
do it's like, oh, all right, she got some rhythm.
yeah. But see, we talking about our women. I feel like that white man should get his own woman, and and that white man do call that woman a whore. He do call her a
Yeah,
bitch and a tramp and all
mhm.
that old shit, and that's between him and her. It's
I
up to
feel you. I
me
feel you.
to it's up
I
to
do
me to
feel.
pull my sister aside and say, sis, what you doing is
Mhm.
not the business. You gonna get yourself hurt. Not saying that I wouldn't pull the white girl to the side if I seen her doing this shit and say it too, but that ain't really my business though. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
I would say that if so many of us didn't have interracial children. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna call that what it is.
Yeah.
It's a cop out. It's a cop out. I
Mm.
can see
Yeah.
if us as collectively as a unit said that we only deal with our own people, but we don't. No, we go over there and we spill our seed and genetic material over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Half of the time, we need our women to mimic the way she looks. Half of the time, we need our women to wear weave. Half of the time, so no, that's a cop out.
And I
It's a cop
hate
out.
it, bro.
I
I
believe.
hate it, bro. I hate it,
'Cause if
bro.
that was
I
the
you know I
truth,
try to tell
if that
all
was the truth,
women.
you would get rid of your old lady if she put on a blonde wig. You would get rid of your old lady if she wore anything that was fake. But we
Man,
don't, because
listen.
most of the things fake that our women wear are white women prosthetics. So it's like we can't
Yeah,
say that, oh, that's their woman, this is our woman. No, that's not true.
yeah, yeah.
It's not true. We got to start loving, we got to start being like, no, why are you putting that straight hair in your head? I want to see your hair come out of your hair follicle. If we were collectively like that, I would take that excuse. I would take that, oh, that's their woman, this is ours. We merge in so many ways. That's how I feel. And maybe I'm incorrect about that. But as soon as the old lady that I'm with started doing her hair natural, I was getting the comments, well, she's a 4 now. She fell off. Dang. So by showing
Cause
her
niggas is
showing
suckers
you
for
her
real.
actual hair,
Yeah,
that's
niggas
a
suckers
fall
for
off.
real. Uh-huh.
Whoa. But if I show you
Suckers
not
for real.
some Hawaiian Silky, she's a bad bitch.
Right, right. She the truth now.
She the truth.
That's some bullshit. Yeah.
But as
That's
soon as
yeah.
hers is
That's
free
that
forming,
bullshit.
it's nappy. No, that's the way your hair comes out of your head.
Mm-hmm.
And it means
Yeah.
if you're always straighten it, you hate the way your hair comes out of your head.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
say, if we keep building pseudo white women, I'm not taking that excuse. Because you over there, you glorify her, you're ready to marry, not you personally, I'm saying in general. You're ready
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
marry her, you're ready to marry her, you're ready to put her up on a pedestal, you're ready to move out of the hood with her, you're ready to say this is better, you're ready to do all these things. And when she twerks a little bit, oh, she's just goofy. But then when her woman does it, she's a whore, kick her in the face, that's a slut, that's why they don't get married. I'm lost.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
means any
Yeah.
woman that twerks ever should never be married.
Right.
You get where
Right.
I'm going with this, or am I too
Yeah.
far gone?
Nah, 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 nah. And let me say this. I ain't necessarily mad at the twerking. It's a time and a place for it. You feel what I'm saying? And you got some women that, some women do it differently. Some women do it for different reasons. Like you got out there in Africa, shit, them bitches be twerking for a whole different reason. Be the motherfucking, you know what I mean,
Spirit gods and shit.
Prince walking down the aisle, you know what I mean? She out here twerking, you know what I mean? And it's just tribal. You know what I mean? We over here doing it just because motherfucking Megan Thee Stallion playing. You know what I mean? Stupid shit. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Right.
I just feel like it's a time and a place for that. If it ain't the time and the place, man, sit your ass down somewhere. You know what I mean? And we just gotta, I just want the best for our women. I ain't really in the business of checking that other man's woman. You know what I mean? I ain't into checking his sisters and his nieces and his mama. I'ma check my nieces, my sisters, my mamas. You know what I mean? I'm gonna check my woman. I'm gonna make sure my woman's straight, my sister's straight. You know what I'm saying? I see one of my homeboys woman out and she violating. I'm gonna make sure she's straight. You know what I mean? That I think that's just where we got to start. You know what I mean? And it might seem like we only, down in our women or picking on our women or
Mm.
whatever. But if anybody gonna do it, it need to be us. It need to start with us. You know what I mean? Because shit, we the reason why they doing this shit now. So who else is
Well, I
gonna
mean,
make
how
them
much did
stop
Megan Thee
doing
Stallion? How much did Megan Thee Stallion sell?
it? You
That's a
said
big question.
how much did
Should
she
Megan Thee
sell?
Stallion sell? You know,
What you talking about for her records?
anything. Her product that she pushes.
I don't know the numbers, but I'm pretty
Did
sure
at least like you say platinum?
she did sell some records or
Mm-hmm.
sold some records or made a substantial amount of money. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure she got rich.
Mm-hmm. I agree
I'm
with that.
pretty,
I agree with
yeah,
that.
I'm
But
pretty sure Megan Thee Stallion did get out there and clock a bag. You know what I mean? And
right.
I ain't hating on the bag, but shit, you know what I mean? Here's another problem. What I got with that, with this whole wave of these women rappers and women entertainers, right?
Mhm.
Y'all get out here, y'all promote the dumb shit, but don't get the sisters, the young sisters that's watching y'all, imitating y'all. Y'all don't give them no game. Y'all don't tell them that the shit that y'all telling them to do is gonna lead to a man getting them pregnant and leaving them. You're not telling them the shit that y'all telling them to do can lead to STD. You're not
I
telling
agree.
them the shit that you telling them to do can lead to a man raping you, killing you. You know what I mean? To you going to jail, catching charges. You're not dropping no game. You know what I mean? You ain't, bitch talking about get the head and leave and all this old shit. You ain't dropping no game. Like, bitch, don't make a song about no damn hygiene, about no damn summer's eve, about no nothing. Just straight, hood rat shit. You feel what I'm saying?
I
Just
mean,
like I don't like when a rapper,
I
I don't like when a rapper get
I
out here.
definitely, I definitely, I definitely agree with that. But it's like
Yeah,
there is a whole section of music that is positive and in a good
yeah,
place. And I mean,
yeah.
anybody listening to it, let's be real. There's a lot of
Ain't nobody listening to
Talib Kweli type of neo soul. I don't know the name of it. There's a lot of J. Cole-ish type
it.
of stuff.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
and that's
India
my kind of
Irie type
music.
of stuff. But
Yeah,
they make tracks all the time. It's just we don't listen to that. I mean, I just
yeah.
don't think people listen to it. Because if that was the case, it would be the thing that is popping. And it's not. So when we say, oh, well, that's all they push, you can't really say that because there are other avenues and there's other versions of our music that you could listen to that we just don't. No one's doing the NDIRE challenge. No one's doing the J. Cole challenge. No one's doing that. We're doing straight, those type of challenges, and we promote and push that. Even I don't care if the white person wasn't involved. That's what we would push. Cause
You
because
think so?
before, absolutely, that Luke bass music, that was not mainstream. We pushed that. That was a phenomenon in our community. They weren't playing that on a cruise ship. Luke bass music, the Louisiana club music, all this type of stuff, dance hall. These are fringe musics. They're not accepted by the regime until way later when all the people who pioneered it can't benefit from it. Dance hall, that stuff
See,
originates in the 70s and stuff like that, and
see,
it becomes over
I
sexualized before
wanna,
they ever.
I wanna get, I wanna get deep with you, but I don't know if I can. Then again, you ain't no dummy. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? You know,
Indeed.
you a very smart brother, and I feel like you gonna feel where I'm coming from, but
Right.
it's deep, and I might offend some people. You know what I mean? I don't want to offend nobody. I love my people. I love all black people, but a lot of that shit don't stem from no, you know, it really don't stem from us, bro. Like it don't stem from no foundational black Americans, from no, descendants of slaves. That shit right there be stemming from foreigners. A lot of that shit came from, Jamaicans and Haitians and, motherfuckers
Mhm.
from the West Indies and Africa. And those my people too. I love them to death. I don't see no difference between me and them.
No,
But
but you're right. They have a distinction between us and them, so you should too. I agree with that.
bro, listen to me. Listen to me. Man, listen, my people come from Mississippi. You hear me? So my people wasn't getting down like that. You know what I mean? I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with people who do get down like that, but them weren't the people coming from Texas and Alabama, Georgia. Like the real, true foundational Black Americans. That shit stemmed
I
from
agree.
the Jamaicans that came over
All right.
here, the Haitians that came over here, which is our people, and they turned the fuck up. But that's not us though. So for my daughter to get older and adapt that, and for a motherfucker to look at her and blame her for it, hell nah, we're gonna go ahead and get.
Hold on. Malcolm, I need you to pay it. Can you hear me talking?
Yeah, bro.
Listen to what I'm saying. That's
Mm-hmm.
one example. Screwed and chopped music,
Mm-hmm.
which is glorifying what?
Well,
There's so many examples that of our own
screwed and
homegrown
chop
stuff that's
music.
tearing us up.
Yeah. Yeah,
Screwed and chopped
screwed
drill
and chop
music.
music. That's
That's
just
ours.
yeah, yeah. That shit started in Texas, and it just
Mhm.
it just represented what music sounded like when you was on narcotic, when you was on
But what was it
that
promoting?
motherfucking cough syrup, and the music would sound different to you, and they liked the way the
Mhm.
music sound while they was on the cough syrup, so they just said, "Fuck it, we're gonna go ahead and just start making the music like that." Period.
Mm-hmm. I understand what you're saying, but I said that's homegrown and that pushed drinking heroin. And now that's all over the country. I mean, I call it how it is, bro. We can talk about it. Now, this is my thing. A
Yeah.
lot of stuff I have to play the devil's advocate on, or we can't have an enlightening conversation. But a lot of stuff I
Oh
agree
yeah.
with you.
I feel you, bro.
I
I
agree
feel you.
with you on, but at the same time, I'm a full-fledged believer in taking responsibility because when I learned how to take responsibility in my life changed. So I'm gonna push that on here. Taking responsibility. Here's the responsibility. This is what I think needs to be done. Gangsters have to stop being considered cool.
Most
Number one.
definitely.
That is not a cool thing. That needs to be a derogatory term. You understand that? In
Most
Irish
definitely.
Irish culture, in Italian culture, the part that the Hollywood showed you is that everybody's gambinos and all that stuff. That was looked down upon in in an actual Italian family's house. That was not a good thing, and that's
Right.
why it could not survive as long as ours is still running strong. You have to understand that it's something as small as you thinking it's all right, or oh, I ain't gonna knock that man. No, I'm not saying you should knock them, but it is not cool. So when people come on and say, "Well, I'm an OG," that's not a cool statement to say you're an OG. To me, it isn't. If because I'm not a gangster or anything like that. I'm a regular Black American that is trying to contribute to a Black community.
Most definitely.
So to me, that is a cancer on the community, is it not? Because these people congregate in our community, and who do you hurt? You hurt who's nearby.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not running over to Calabasas and robbing houses, dude. They're not.
Mm-hmm.
That's number
That's fact.
that's one. That's number one. That's number two. We have to stop being attracted to women with a bunch of blonde hair and a bunch of fingernails and stuff like that because the women put on what we're attracted to. So it can't be their fault they're wearing blonde wigs by definition.
Well, okay. You said they put on what we're attracted
They
to.
put on what we're attracted to. I'll give you an
Now,
example. I'll give you an example.
mhm,
If I pull out the NFL wives, because they're going to look at the highest regarded Black male, and to our culture in America, that's rappers, athletes, and stuff like that. If I pull out 30 of their wives, what am I going to see? So then the women that aren't that, they're going to put on who has on, what Beyonce has on, what all these, they're going to put that on because they think, well, the prominent Black men, this is what they're attracted to. Because it's just like catching fish. They're putting on what they need to hunt what they want. So
mhm.
if we turned around, I see that Jay-Z's hair is natural. I don't see that from Beyonce. So it can be like, oh well, Beyonce's natural and her man still loves her. Maybe I don't have to put on a blonde wig.
Right.
This is what I'm saying. If you go to the NFL wives, they all look Persian. I'm not being mean. I'm just saying, look at it.
Yeah.
Whether they're Black or not, they all look carbon copy Persian. So when you have a couple of women that ain't in that sector and they think, how do I want my look to look? They're going to look up to what they look. Okay, well, I need straight hair. Okay, I'm light skinned. Check. That's good. They have on fake boobs and fake. So I got to get that done. I got to be over the top. I'm watching Basketball Wives and watching how they talk. You're not fucking factoring. They got to talk like that. Like they just going to imitate
Yeah.
what works. So
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, as my father says, well, no matter what a woman does, it's your fault. In your household, if your woman spends all your credit cards and puts you in, it's still your fault. Because you're the head of the household. We keep, I'm gonna say we for now on because I don't want it to feel like I'm not involved. We keep dumping in pseudo white women. That's Women with
Mhm.
blonde hair and want to look that way, we keep holding them to a higher regard. You think a black woman doesn't realize how you treated that next chick, but how you treated me, right? Like
Yeah.
they can tell the difference. So they think, well, I have to be that to be treated well. Figgity facto. That's how I look at it. So I think at the end of the day, if we did 15 years of choosing natural, good hygiene, good speech, feminine women, the others will have to follow, or they would not get chosen. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's simple
Yeah.
as that. If women up the cost of the soggy bean juice, Negroes would get jobs. Oh, I'm sorry, you got to at least be 50 grand to get this coochie, and it was like unilateral. There'll be no guy in the hood that didn't make 50 grand. You understand what I'm saying? It's basically what we're talking about is standards. We got to stop
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, well, she got a big ass though." What the hell does that mean, bro? You don't see she banana cream pie. She retarded. Well, she likes skin. You know what I'm saying? She got hazel eyes, so I'm a dump in her. What?
And she goofy as hell.
And she dumber than a doornail. Don't got no occupation, conversation, persuasion, elevation,
Nothing.
nothing.
It's over with. Oh
Just it.
man. Well, hey
I
man.
appreciate you for calling in, Malcolm. I'm sorry if
Hey,
I
yeah,
got.
thank you.
I don't want to get to preaching. I'm sorry about that.
Nah, bro, you good, man. I really appreciate it, bro. I've been watching you for years, man. I've been trying to get into the game, bro, for a long time. My shit wasn't together. I'm just now getting it together, bro. I'm 30 years old, bro. I've been watching you since I was 26, bro. No bullshit, bro. I've been watching you for a minute, my nigga. Appreciate you,
Right.
bro. Hey, real quick though, I want to ask you one little question though. Now,
Right.
okay, I know coming in the game, I really shouldn't be worried too much about the bread, but
Mm-hmm.
what's a good starter company to come into, man? I
Prime.
want to go flatbed.
Prime.
Off rip,
Simple
huh?
as it's prime. Now listen, I'm gonna say prime in a general sense, but I don't know how much you want to be home. But if you're okay with being gone 30 days at a time, prime. As soon as you get out of school, you're at 46, 45 cents a mile. When I got out of school at where I started at, I was 22 cents. It is what it is.
Because I talked to goddamn Western Express, they told me 40 something cent.
Hey, that's a good deal. I mean, I didn't know that they were giving that much. I even think that Swift is up to like 39 or 41. But I know from the whole deal and all the people I've known that's been pretty much having a pretty successful situation, it's prime.
Yeah.
It's prime or Maverick's a good one. Maverick's a good one.
Okay.
Uh,
Because
it's
eventually
certain.
I want to go from flatbed to heavy haul and then to oversized. Like I want to really expand, you know what I mean, and
So you
get
trying
some
to go
real skill.
then you'd probably would need to
So
go to Maverick if you're trying to get into oversized. Maverick, place like Systems. All the flatbedders know what I'm talking about. The place called Systems.
yeah,
PLI. There's some companies like that. I don't know how they are on the beginner end, but I know they play around with a little bit of the oversized, so you can do it and then come home in maybe 2 years and say, "Look, I've done it. Put me in position to do woody woody woo."
yeah, man, and shit. I just want to thank you, bro, because I got this game from you, bro. I wanted to drive a truck at first, but I ain't know shit about a flatbed until I started watching you, bro. So I
Hey,
got the game from you, big homie,
listen,
man. I
flatbed is
appreciate
hard
it.
work, but you get flatbed is hard work, but you get sleep. So if you trade in the hard work for a reefer box, you ain't gonna sleep the way you want to. So it's you got to choose. So it's either you
Oh
want to
yeah,
work hard during the day, but you get some sleep, or you want your sleep schedule to be all over the place, and all you do is close the door. You got to choose.
nah. I got my mind made
Thank you.
up, man. I'm going flatbed, but all right, man. Thank, bro,
Stay up, man. Don't do drugs. Be happy.
for sure.
All right. That's just how I feel about it, y'all. That's how I feel. Listen, I'm seeing some I'm seeing some original. I got all the trash over here. Listen, if you came in and I'm just not messing with you, I know you don't mean me no well. I don't hate you or anything like that. I just don't see any angle that you're gonna give me that's gonna be in a good light. You just don't like me. So the people that I see that just don't like me, and you don't have nothing logical to say back, it just don't like me over there. Just is that simple. TMC, I heard. I've never worked for them though. I never worked for them though. Mike Nolting, is you the one whining about $100? So give me the phone, and it's gonna prove if this is done often, because all right, Alex sent $20 for gas. Thank you, Alex. We talking about black issues. The only person that cash apped the channel was a white guy. Ain't that how it works? Well, we have so many thought processes on what's going to help us out, but we don't think about supporting the content that we think is good. That's not going to help us out. Then you're going to say, well, ain't nobody talking about it, but you're not supporting nobody talking about it. And the regime does not pay you. They do not pay people to talk like this. So it has to be paid for by the community. Mike Nolting, I am about to block you because, I mean, I don't know. I think you're just the type of person that, I don't know if you needed the $100. That's why you keep requesting it, but I don't see any intellectual wealth coming from you. No bad news, no hate. I just don't see how you could help the channel at all. So I'm going to block you. See, it's a whole new, listen, this is a new regime. It's a whole new, different ball game over here. Alex, thanks for the $20. Okay, it's a whole new, different ball game over here. Okay. If I don't think you're here to contribute, I'm just blocking you. If you're here to just make jokes and be funny, I'm just blocking you. If you just don't particularly like me and I'm watching you and everybody else live feeds saying a bunch of stuff that don't make sense, I'm just blocking you, bro. I'm not mad at you. I'm not angry at you. It isn't beef. I'm sure you can make it that, but what it is indifference. Now I know y'all need to look that up. Go look up indifference. I'm just not interested. If you don't like me, you don't like me. I get it. It's cool. But I do not have to look at your messages, and I do not have to listen to you talking to me. That's simple, and what it is. That's how I feel. Now I did see a trucker named Jay in here. He didn't call in. Did that hurt my feelings? A little bit, because I really do think Jay has tried to, I don't know. It just don't feel like love, man. It really don't. It just don't feel like love. Let me see if my camera start working now. Let me see if y'all let me know if the camera start working. Let me know when should I cut it off and all that. Bong, we back in the building. I'm here to lean, just saying. I don't know what that means. The opposite of exactly. Bye, Mikey. Exactly. The block is gonna be heavy over here. We're not even gonna play those games. I am a white man and TB has to learn so much. I'm about life for you. Everyone can learn from. That's true. That's a fact. And that's why I say, listen, to the white people that's over here, when I'm speaking, I'm not doing it from malice. We gonna speak the real. I'm just gonna speak how I feel about certain things. What I do know from our people, we will be like, you right, preach on, but we won't support it. We won't support it. And then when you don't get to do it, they'll come back and say, I miss it, but they never supported it. You never supported it. You never supported it. You never shared it. I just can't have the camera on, I guess. Can I? I just can't have the camera on. Where I'm at is so far out, I just can't get a good signal. Exactly. Well, over here, we're just going to have a good conversation. That's it. No problem, Carolina kid. I appreciate that. We're just going to have a good conversation. And that helps you. I'm still freezing. It's just you mean all right, I'm just gonna leave it on here. Y'all okay? We're just burning miles. I don't need y'all watching it anyway. So just put it on the on the truck stereo or the car stereo or whatever you're listening to while you're doing dishes, right? And just vibe with it. Oh yeah, my mic is immaculate. You ain't got to tell me, Lizzie. I already know, low liggity. That's how I feel. Now I'm taking in the cash app. I'm taking subject. I'm taking subjects. Meaning you ride and listening can throw some money to the cash app and say, "Hey man, I want you to talk about this. Can we leave it off of trucking a little bit, guys? Because this isn't a trucking channel. This is a good conversation channel. I can do one for trucking where it's only about trucking, but come on now, come on now. Let's get real. Yeah, B, I said I was here to learn. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have read it wrong, Heavy J. Any tips for a 19-year-old trying to get into trucking? Bro, that's on my channel. Go to my playlist. That's my tip. That's my tip. Sean James sends $50. Says for the content, because he wants the content to keep going. Sean James, I appreciate that. We have to understand we got to support our own hot stuff. Tyreek Styles for speaking the truth. He dropped $40. Wow, Tyreek. I appreciate the love. You always coming in speaking real. I've dropped the link. If you want to come in and say a few words, you can. Dorian West dropped 10 just and I could have touched on it for y'all. Podcast style. I like it. It's all good, man. Maybe I need to keep it this way where people can just listen and ride on a radio tip. I'm gonna bring up something. You do. I'm gonna bring up something. Let me see if it works. I'm gonna bring up something that I've seen because a lot of this stuff, I hate to say it, I just don't want y'all doing drugs. I really don't. I don't think I can make this work. Screen recording. All right, let me see if this worked. Open. File must be one of the following. Do it. Yeah. I guess I can't do that. I don't have enough signal. I try to do it and shut the whole situation down. No, you don't got you can't go to the wilderness and live good and get a good signal. Now you can go to the hot mess, right, and get a bad signal. But I can't get a good signal up here. I tried to. But what I will say is this: there was a young lady. Where's my phone at? Give me the other phone. There we go. There was a young lady that I seen on Baller Alert. We're gonna do this on as a radio. That I seen on Baller Alert. There we go. Let me get to it. Because we're gonna talk about everything on here. We're gonna talk about everything. Baller Alert. And basically, this young lady, y'all gonna hear it, was in the riots in Washington. She was proud. Her face was all over the screen. But this is what she sounded like when the reporters caught up to her.
Do you have any? No comment. What would you say to the families of the 5 people who died? What would you say? What would you?
I don't think she sounds happy.
What would you say to the 5 families who died, Miss Pert?
They're chasing her down the street.
Why did you storm the Capitol?
He's literally giving chase right now. She is running in. She's running in heels. I don't know how she's doing it. Like she's sprinting. She's running. She doesn't want to be seen. I'm confused.
Do you believe the election was stolen, Miss Pert?
Now you don't want to be seen. I'm confused. Come on, let's talk about it. Nation's capital. Let's talk about the nation's capital, man. Come on, let's talk about it. I wasn't talking about it on Trucker Brown, but we can talk about it on here. We can talk about it. Hold on. Gleena sent $25. Shout out all the love, but y'all ain't positive energy. Y'all ain't give me no topics. Nation's capital. Does anybody want to call in about the nation's capital? I'm gonna say what I feel first and give people time. Didn't collect the price. Can't handle the consequence. Can't handle the consequences, Alex says. Listen, if you gonna run up to the nation's capital where all the charges are federal, well, they're state charges. Well, they can't be because DC's not a state. I mean, but think technically, what is it? A district or a peninsula? It's not a state. It's not a state. You came up here, did what you had to do. I'm not going to touch on the narrative of what y'all thought y'all were doing. I don't care if it was a setup, Mario. You know Mario got the drip on it. You know, Mario pulled out his folder. Let me get under this section 3, addendum 6. I understand that. But if you as an individual, no matter your color, what you need? You understand? One second. Come on, old lady trying to jump in. Baby, you know, I feel you, baby, but you got to go to the truck and get your stand. I didn't bring your stand up here.
What's it called?
You're going to what?
I'm just right here hold it.
You can't hold it. I'm going to pick up stuff from you.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Thank you. So we're going to give my old lady a little bit of time to go down there and get her a little, get her stand so she can go. She's trying to steal mine. I ain't going to let her. But it's right in the truck. Can you go do that for me? Yeah, I don't mind getting your take on it. I don't want to hush women up. They can speak.
Oh, word.
I'm not against it. Don't rip my thing off. Take it. All right. Appreciate that. Can you do me a favor and give me my nicotine dependent device, please? I think I'm gonna be a radio person, dog. I'm liking this. Y'all feel that? Oh, I like that. I feel real deep. My voice feel real deep and velvet. Listen, you're gonna go up here, and this goes for any person that is trying to protest. You can't go up there and not want the consequences. You broke down the barriers. I'm gonna say allegedly because you can't trust even your own eyes, I guess. You broke down the barriers. You broke windows. 5 people were killed. I seen when Shorty Wop got hit in the chest bone when she was trying to get through and somebody shot her. I don't know why they picked her to shoot when it was, I mean, everything was going on. So why are you just picking her out to shoot? But, and everything like that. I know, King. I know. Y'all saying y'all can't even hear me with just the audio? Give me a sound check real quick. The subject is the nation's capital. I'm about to let you call in. It's all audio on here. I don't even know if we should just do it all audio all the time. Y'all let me know if y'all feeling that. You get what you asked for. Is that the... Listen, man. Do y'all feel charges should be brought up on Trump for inciting the riot? How do you feel? No, you sound good. Thank you, Alex. I hope she made you a moderator, Alex. I hope she made you a moderator. I really do. I got I'm about to drop the link. We're gonna do one person at a time. You're gonna get to say what you want to say about the Capitol building. If your stuff is not about the Capitol building, I will be forced to boot you. Forced. I don't want to do it. I'm forced to do it. Capitol building, America, this is happening. This is impossible. Don't do drugs, but apparently some people were. A list of people that were caught are the jobs or the level of people. We're talking about police officers. I think it's around 3 or 4 police officers were caught. There were public officials there. There were public officials there. There was actually public representative lawmakers there. What? This can't be happening. They felt so free to do so. They sat, and I think it was Nancy Pelosi. They sat in a seat with their butt cheek butter, all in a seat, put their feet up, right? Took souvenirs, tore down government property. Did you lock that though? I don't know. I feel sketchy out here. I don't know. The safer place I'm at, the more scared I feel. Okay. That's what you did. You broke stuff down. That can't be okay. Now we're going to get into if it was BLM that did it. We're going to get there, Mario. I know you waiting on the question. But we want to get just how people feel about them doing it. I want someone to call in that agrees, and I want someone to call in that doesn't agree. Who thinks that they were exercising their constitutional right? Which one is it? Which one is it? We're gonna talk about it today. I got number time. I'm literally stuck where I'm at. Literally. Literally stuck where I'm at. I like this radio. I can be butt naked doing this.
Oh my god.
I could be naked.
Nikki.
King, I don't know how to say your name. We just gonna call you King. King Babito. He says all Fed time for crimes in DC. Ah. That means you got, if I'm not mistaken, what percent of the time you got to do when it's a Fed charge? Is it 85%? See, this how, so we start talking about real stuff, people stop calling. You noted that, don't you? We want to get on here and talk about some jigabooing. Everybody, I'm calling in. Now we talking about something for real. But ain't nobody want to call. I'm gonna say what I feel about it. I feel that a certain sector of the population was put up, pushed, talked to, was incited, was infernal, was lit up and told to, hey man, go out here and do this. They're literally stealing your country, right? And they felt, I gotta hop out though. Two places where I thought this was probably not the smartest thing to do is that the regime you're hopping out there for is about to be moved. Which means by the time your stuff comes due, you're going to be tried by a regime of the people you talked about. Right? Am I wrong on that? Someone tell me I'm wrong. Testify. Woo! I knew my boy. You got to cut your camera off for me, Gold Phoenix. Thank you, sir. Gold Phoenix. I need you to do the up and down head motion if you understand what our topic is about. I can't hear you. You got to give me the up and head down motion. The yes, sir, the head motion. All right. So don't come in here and be like, black chicks wear blind wigs. That's not what we talking about. We're talking about the nation's capital right now. All right. Mario Codwell. I know you're going to have some stuff to say. So let Gold Phoenix get itself out the way. 1 second. Cut your camera off, bro. I ain't got the bandwidth for it. Appreciate you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Do you agree with them going to the nation's capital and having a powwow?
Oh, absolutely not, man. That crap, in my opinion, was inexcusable on a number of levels. But what I do think the power that they were trying to exercise, in their minds was basically like, we pay the taxes in this nation or whatever, predominantly. So what they say goes, and if they don't agree with it, they feel like, we should just be able to tear the whole thing down. But the reaction from the government is what surprised me the most, because they didn't really do anything. Like when our people were out there, quote unquote, rioting or protesting or whatever, and they were shooting us in the faces with rubber bullets and, that type of deal, they pretty much just let them do whatever it was that they was going to do. And the perspective I'm looking at it from is, these are white people, to keep it a buck, but at the same time, I don't think they're going to attack their paycheck.
What you mean, their paycheck? What you mean? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, basically, those people who went to the Capitol are under the mindset that they basically own the country. They feel like they built it in a sense, even though that is 100% untrue. It was built off of our backs. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So when things don't go their way, they're quick to go and break shit apart.
Mm-hmm.
But if we were to, if our people were basically to do the exact same kind of thing, the military would be getting called, bodies would be dropping left and right. It would be inexcusable for us. We'll be a bunch of criminals, a bunch of thugs or whatever. But
we hate America.
Yeah. But to them, if they do it, they're just, concerned Americans in a sense. They always soften the blow for them.
Right. I can't say I disagree with that. Do you think that, the politic show to get people elected, do you think that politic show should be turned down a little bit? Maybe it's getting way too visceral where it's not even it's not controllable no more. Because if you remember the political situation when you were a kid and you were watching TV, it was almost boring for you to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, certain things just weren't done. And now it doesn't seem like that is how it is. Now it's like the more
Well, you still there?
my jiggy moves. 1 second.
Yeah,
Oh
can
yeah,
you hear me?
can you hear me?
Yeah,
Everybody
I
give
hear
me
you
a sound
now.
check. All right, cool. I need to make sure because my other phone keeps trying to connect to the phone that we're on right now. So,
It's all
are you
good.
connected to? Yeah. So what I'm saying is that it gets to the point where it's like maybe it's not. It doesn't feel presidential. It feels like it's just people up there yelling, and
It's a
now
reality
it's
show.
brought a bingo. That's where I was trying to get to. That's where I was trying to get to.
That's all it
It's a
is.
reality
Overly
show.
sensational. It is overly sensationalized. And you know, like if you think about TV, one of the great things about TV and why people like it so much is how it's able to tug on your emotions and bring you into this alternate reality. Basically, when it comes down to presidential races or really any kind of, you know, political office these days, you're basically just picking your favorite TV star, like who has the best acting. That's all it is. But at
I
the end
agree
of the
with that.
day, once they get their power, they're going to exercise the power to the way that they want to. It's just like Biden getting in office. Oh, we're going to give you guys a $1,400 stimulus check. Now you got what you wanted. Now all of a sudden I got to take the shot to get that. Fuck that. I could make $1,400 in a day if I want to. I ain't worried about all that.
So you got to take a shot to get the stimulus check through Biden.
Yup. They're
I
only
didn't know
giving it
that.
to people that take the vaccine.
Wow. We go. Matter of fact, after this,
Nah.
we gotta
I'm sorry.
let Cardwell. We gotta let my boy Mario Cardwell call in, but we gonna touch on this vaccine. Can you call back in when it switches over to the vaccine and we ask the people if they're gonna take it or not?
Yeah, I'll try to. My connection kind of spotty out here, but I'll do my best to.
All right, bro. I appreciate you for listening. I appreciate you for hitting the Cash App. Don't do drugs. All right, this man, he reads. Mario Cardwell reads. So do not come for Mario unless he sent for you, because he gonna hit you with facts. Bang! Mario Cardwell.
What's up, man?
Now I know you. I know you got something to say about this.
As far as the whole Capitol thing go, I'm all for going up there and protesting. You know, exercising your right to peaceful assembly. Okay, but I felt like once they did what they did, in my eyes, they became no better than what the media shows Antifa doing. To me, you just the right. You on the far right side. You might as well just be Antifa, the right side. As far as sitting in her sitting at her desk and everything, that's some shit that them little disenfranchised folks in Portland do. You raid, you do all this, that, and the other. That made you no better than Antifa. In my eyes, let me say that.
Can you break down to everyone what Antifa is?
Well,
What they
Antifa is
represented?
okay. Antifa is supposed to stand for anti-fascism, but they are so far anti-fascism. See, the world is like a circle. You go so far left that you end up right, and vice versa. Once you go past that 360th degree, you're back to the first degree. And they would do things like hell, Chaz and Chop. I'm pretty sure people done heard about or seen about what went on in Portland with the whole shutting down, taking over the police station and making a
Right.
whole what was supposed to be a utopia, but then end up killing people that might have asked a question, that might have wanted to voice an opinion or however it went over there.
Well, you know what's interesting, Mario? I think what made Portland a unique situation was that outside looking in, one, you didn't expect liberals per se, or you know, I guess we'll call them hippies. You know, they have this hippie mind state of diversity and everyone can get along as long as we're drinking matcha green tea
Hippie
lattes
image.
and, you know, and we all do arts and stuff. And to see them go 0 to 100 real quick. I mean, I even seen where they had shut down and reinstated the shutdown due to the fact that they made a bonfire in front of the mayor's apartment building. Like it was litty.
Yeah, we were up there when that was going on.
Yeah. So
and I think Seattle was also
Yeah.
the one that got 4 square blocks and named it a no police zone when they were pushing that defunding the police, which we can talk about too, which I disagree with. But yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
It was called Chaz or Chop.
Yeah. So it's interesting because I think what's happening is we as people that have always been oppressed, and we're usually the ones that get the backlash. We're the ones that take the most pain and trial and tribulation through them testing out their theories of world domination on us, right? As the guinea pigs, I would say. The thing that we're now seeing is we're seeing two types of people basically disenfranchised from each other. So you have the older crowd, which is going to be those conservatives that are still holding on to basically as far back as Britain days.
Right.
And then you have
the Fox
new
crowd, yeah.
You have the new generation now who understands that the only color that makes sense is green.
That's the only thing that matters.
So we're watching. It's almost like seeing your neighbors fight, like the neighbors that are always cool and they're nice and they're together. And
Bill
then
and Chuck.
You see them get,
fighting over who touched who for Willow.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I think that's why with the storming of the nation's capital, it took us aback because we was like, oh, y'all getting a little rowdy.
Y'all getting out here, ain't you?
y'all getting, and it's making us, you know, I think what's happening is our way of thinking is becoming more sophisticated. We're starting to understand why paperwork and why doing things through a sophisticated manner makes sense, because see, they're unraveling. We're seeing the fall of Pompeii, basically. We're seeing, you know, the destruction of Paris in 1894. Like we're seeing these things that are happening at such a rate that we never thought we would see it. We never thought we would see.
And you're gonna see it, the nail in the coffin, when them sentences fall.
Oh,
when people figure out, oh, I can legit go to prison for this. Yes, you can legit go to prison for this. Go ahead, Mark Carwell.
My thing is this: it's just a simple question to make you think. For all the shit that they trying to blame on Trump for this riot, wanting him to be arrested, why can't we hold Pelosi and what's her name, Auntie Maxine that y'all call her? Why we can't hold their feet to the fire when, especially when Maxine Waters made that whole statement about if you see any Trump supporters, surround them and basically do anything that you want to them, or do we seem to forget? Nobody's ever talked about that or or held her feet to the fire for that statement that she made.
I don't even remember that statement. But if that statement is true,
it
has to be across the board. It has to be across the board. If you incite violence onto a group of people or another person, you should be, held accountable for that. Trevor, can you cut your camera off for me? We ain't got the bandwidth today.
And I'm tired of this so-called selective outrage bullshit. Like, seriously, how you mad at him, but you're not mad at them?
Yeah, because people feel like this is my side.
But you know,
I think the whole government as a whole should be just completely eradicated and started over with regular everyday people. I'm tired of lawyers being politicians.
Well, you know what's funny?
It's getting thick.
I remember the day. It probably was the day after, because I was taken aback when Nipsey was murdered. So, like the next day or two, I made a statement it went kind of viral. Like I got a lot of eyes on it, and I said, I think it's time to dismantle the gangs. I think it's really because to see how the gangs had stepped in as if it was almost like a step in, step out, right? Like they were like, oh, that wouldn't have happened or this and the third, but it's all about the ideologies from the gangs. And it's one of these things where, you know, yes, people, they're going to gravitate to what sounds good today because people don't have a moral compass, period, right now. Everything is so fleeting in life. So it's like you could be 1 minute saying, you'll wake up in the morning, right, Mario, and say, today I'm going to have a good day. You can say that. You get out of bed, but, you know, once you get to your car, you get harassed by the police, then your morale drops. And trying to keep up with it is such a hassle that people are just going to go to what feels good at that moment. There is hard for people to stay on their moral compass or stay on their ground because, again, at the end of the day, things happen and no one is heard. Like, evolutionary speaking, this thing is supposed to progress into something that helps everyone. But as we see, it regrades back because at the end of the day, they're trying to fight what is evolution. Like you said, a lawyer should, to me, you really shouldn't be eligible to be a politician. Get up out the way.
A trained liar is the politician that's going to tell you, I'll never lie to you.
Exactly. Like,
hey, Mario, I'm trying to keep this on track because I know we can go all on different tangents.
Let me say this real quick.
I got Trevor waiting here.
The thing about Trump, he wasn't a lawyer. He came in and he told you what he was thinking, how he felt, and screw you if you felt some type of way about it. That's what a lot of people just couldn't get used to. Everybody, oh, he hurt my feelings. He's so racist. Okay, for him to be so racist, ask one simple question. You got him on audio recording with having barbershop talk, right? So why you don't have through all that barbershop talk and all that audio recording, why don't you have one recording of him saying something racist about black people? I ain't heard him call a black person a nigga yet. But I have seen him give some. I have some technically do as most men are in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
I can't disagree with that.
I think that the sad part is what we're getting back our repercussions. We're reaping what we sow. See, he should have.
Thanks for calling in, Mario.
Oh, sorry. He should have never been eligible to run in the first place. The requirements, the requisites that was needed to become president was just placed to the wayside, and money took over. So that's where we ultimately failed, in my opinion. He, a reality TV star, a person that is in real estate and you know has all these different businesses.
Didn't pay a bunch of people in Atlantic City.
Yeah, like
bankruptcies.
This man should have never been eligible. When I seen it, I thought it was a game, to be honest with you. I was like, oh, it's like he's doing a show. I did not take it seriously at all until it was like him and Hillary going at it. That's why I was like, oh, this is for real. I was like, whoa, time out. What? Why? To me, that's what's happening. We are reaping what we sow because people like to think fat meat ain't greasy.
And that's totally true. Trevor, we are talking about how you feel about the nation's capital and the whole riot situation. About to pull you in now. Bang. Trevor, how you feel about it?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, Trevor.
All right, how's it going?
I can't complain.
I got more of a, I guess, outside viewpoint of it. I think when they went in there, they should actually accomplish something. Like everyone over the age of 45 should have been taken out instead of just going for a stroll and sitting at a desk. If you're gonna do something so stupid, do something worth doing.
You mean all the ones that had gray hair?
So you don't think that?
Pretty much.
Do you think it was warranted and they had enough information? Do you think they should have did it at all?
Yes, but not for the reasons that they did it.
Yeah. So what reasons do you think that they should have did it for?
The whole purpose of the government, since I'd say Franklin Roosevelt, has been to keep us divided so they can get paychecks. Everything they do is to keep us arguing amongst ourselves,
right?
And not to help us out
and get to the actual money.
Yeah, most of these people, they go in there They got money, but they come out multimillionaires.
Mm.
How do you do that on a $130,000 a year pay scale?
That's a good question. I was watching a documentary, Trevor, and they were talking about how the minister of finance or the secretary of finance, whatever that actual name is, just jumps from like Maryland Lynch into the political system, then back into Maryland Lynch and into the political system. And it's like,
Yeah, the
wow, that
Federal
is,
Reserve Chair.
yeah, you would think, is that a conflict of interest? Is it?
It is, and so is awarding your family members government contracts.
Yeah,
Where they pay you $200 for a 3-cent O-ring.
Mm. Man, you going into the crates there, Trevor. $300 for an O-ring.
Yeah, this is how the government contracts work. They overpay for everything, but they're spending our money, so it doesn't really matter. And it's either their families or their friends or people that supported the campaigns and businesses that get awarded the contracts.
Okay. So it's nepotism. It's just, hey, come in here and, oh yeah, by the way, charge $2,000 for a pair of boots, and we're gonna give it to every person in the army.
Yeah,
Wow, that doesn't sound like a free market to me, Trevor.
it's not. And then, you got to think the same
Banks run.
people that are in office today are the same people that privatize prisons, are the same people that put drugs into the communities.
Oof.
Most of the problems we're fighting over is a lot of the same people are still in there making the laws, but then just because they say, "Oh, we're on your side," we believe them and we vote them back into office.
yeah, it's basically like poker. It's a poker hand. Like I have to keep my poker face in order to win. So it's we see that now, and they see that we see that now. That's what's happening. It's a mutiny's coming around the corner. Like it's going to be where I wouldn't be surprised if like Marshall.
I have a feeling it's coming. The world's getting crazy. But with the Capitol, I think
Taking it
if you're
back,
gonna
but yet
storm it, why you
huge
got the
companies that
chance?
don't that make profits of the millions every year are getting payouts. Like it just was like I said, the people are starting to understand how this poker hand is looking. And yes, the house always wins, but I don't know if you guys ever seen 13 when his diamonds left the casino. Yeah, it's like it's going to get to the point where people are going to infiltrate and do how the Ku Klux Klan did when they started to commission people to become judges. You can't stand outside burning crosses no more, y'all. Like, so we're gonna have to go into these areas and infiltrate.
Put your hood on, Jeffro.
We have to infiltrate in a way where we can continue the continuity of what we got going on.
And I hope people understand. 1 second. Were you saying something, Trevor?
No.
I hope people understand technology. Listen, you can't put a mask on your face and think that facial recognition is not going to see you. Like, come on, read a book. You can't run to the most protected place, do some stuff, and then go back to Arkansas and be like, "What? I wasn't there." No, bro. You're listen, there's something called facial recognition in China. Y'all need to look this up on YouTube. They implemented facial recognition faster than us, of course, because they don't have all the human rights rules we have. They caught, I think it was like 6,000 fugitives in a month. They put up over 1 million cameras. Now listen, this anti-terrorist rhetoric and all that type of stuff, all that is pre-talk to put this in power. They're already using it, dude. They're already using it. You're not gonna be able to run to the Capitol and do something stupid and think, oh, this is going down. Well, it's not right to turn on the facial recognition. That thing was in full blast.
But are you not remembering that when we had the George Floyd protests in Beverly Hills,
Right.
in Fifth Avenue in New York, and other prominent places, they were given, I mean, I'm talking about people that were looting and ransacking these extremely couture shops and extreme places and things like that. I mean, all those people they're like on trials. Like
Yeah,
that's
they were
what's
bringing them by the
happening now.
60, 30, 40 full.
Absolutely. So I mean, they use it when they want to use it.
Yeah, they don't. Oh, well, it's not in law. It's unlawful.
Or
Yeah,
it's
no
beta.
one cares, bro. And even if they didn't, we play with social media so much, it don't matter.
Mhm.
My thing is, if we about to riot, we need to be punching the people holding up the phone. What are you doing, man?
Are you on my side or there?
I gotta go back to work Monday. Like, what are you? And now you got me up here, like, dry humping the laser or something. Like, chill. You're gonna get caught doing this stuff. Trevor, I appreciate you for calling in. I gotta pose another question before you go. Are you taking the vaccine?
I probably will later on, maybe in a year or two, see how things are going. But
See if the zombie apocalypse happens.
he waiting on the next model. Like
he's waiting on that Samsung code.
He want the S model. He don't want the first one. Like, give me. Yeah, that's like buying a Lincoln Town Car. The first year the shape change. That is not a good idea. All right, I appreciate you, Trevor. Don't do drugs. Be happy. Exactly. Please hit the Cash App for support. Do not do drugs, Trevor. Thank you. Wow. Trevor came in and said he ain't taking. Listen. All right, let's pose this question. All right. We here. Okay. Do your little mics. Talking to the mic.
Yes.
Why you gotta do a sexy though?
Sexy dude.
All right. Way too fly.
Yes.
You gonna take the vaccine?
It would have to be while I'm under anesthesia.
What?
Like it's
gotta
not
slip it in.
Yeah, it's no way willingly that I'm going to take it. I think because of, if you remember when the COVID was being introduced,
Right.
do you remember when Tom Hanks and his wife had got it? Like they were like the first celebrities to get it. And everyone thought they were going to die. They were like, oh my God, send your love to Tom Hanks.
Run, Forrest! Wilson!
I was like, no, they're going to die. And then, it subsided. And then also as we were watching the minute-to-minute notes, and we're seeing that the world cases, or the nation's cases compared to the death tolls, they were like, it didn't make any sense. Like I'm looking at the millions of cases, but then it was like 100,000, 180,000 deaths. So I was just like, wait, this is not comparable to avian bird flu. This is not comparable to measles, mumps, and syphilis and different things that over time has succumbed us. Like what? No. I didn't get what the issue was. And I said, oh, okay. So this was something where it was supposed to be, that classic distraction, right? Whenever political, what is it? The polls and, voting is happening. They do these things so that way it takes our attention off of what's going on.
So you don't even think the coronavirus is real? Ooh, you playing with
I know,
fire.
because it's like Tiffany had it, right? Like it's like, so it's just like
Lo don't think it's real neither.
I mean, see, the validity of it, or should I say, do I think it's valid? I do. Do I think it was what it was? No, I don't think it was as severe. I think it, because when they broke it down, and this was on Joe Rogan's podcast, he said that it was contingent upon a person's health. So he said, yes, like if you're an older person, if you're a person that have different type of diseases, things
Mhm.
like that. Yes, if you, it was almost treated as if you had AIDS. If you have AIDS, I'm sorry, if you have HIV, you would basically move straight into AIDS.
Right.
So, that's what it was. It was just one of those things where, as we're taking in the content and we're trying to decipher and make a definitive answer to a solution, it was just like, I don't know if I have all the
Listen,
information.
do you understand that your kid not gonna be able to go to school unless he take that vaccine? You understand that you're not gonna be able to move into HOAs unless you take that vaccine.
I
You
mean,
understand you're not gonna be able to get certain jobs at casinos and get jobs at government unless you take that vaccine. You're not gonna be able to duck it. It ain't no
true.
way.
I think, yeah, because I mean, it's going to be hard. Like I said, it's definitely something where it's a lot of thought that has to go into it. I put it this way, there's a lot of changes in habit. There's a lot of things, you got people like D-Raj who already probably was like, I told you that's why you need to be sovereign. And then you have, people that
I ain't got a birth certificate.
It's going to be one of those things where, yes, it's definitely something that we will all have to think about moving forward if we want to have some type of normal life. But this is the new normal, and we would have to integrate, and we would have to understand what's happening and things like that. No, I know Joe Rogan isn't a doctor. He's
yeah, but he talks to a great deal
he
of
talks to a
people on
lot
here.
of
That's why he brings
people.
them on.
Yeah, because he opens up the platform so we can hear all sides of it, so we could be well educated. A lot of us rely on the media, which always push one side, because they're the ones that's getting paid by that one side to push their content.
Right.
Whereas Joe Rogan is neutral, and he allows both sides to come in and let the people make their decisions. So,
all right, I also want to open this one segment of the thing, since this cannot be monetized on the New Regime channel. On New Regime channel, you'll be able to advertise with us.
true.
Just like a podcast, you'll be able to either call in and say, hey man, I got these oils, or I got this new invention I made, or I'm selling insurance, or I'm selling jigaboo handkerchiefs or whatever like that. Now listen, my crowd is not the plain crowd. If you got some crap, they gonna tell you, but you can easily send in $150 to the Cash App, get on here and promote your links. And even if you just want to promote your channel, New Regime is a business. Okay. So if it's something you want to get out there to the world, and you want to talk to people and advertise it, or maybe get some links, or maybe you just like, look, I sent TB $50 because I want my IG popping, and you just a cute little honey dip that's like, yo, I just want them to see all their goodness. Are you some dude?
Or if you're a good dude with some muscle,
you a light skinned dude who gets his eyebrows done, and you want the women on you. You can send me $50 to the Cash App and say, yo, let them see all this, and I'll give you the flickety floor. That's a fact, though. It's all available. Let me send you the Cash App for y'all to be available like that. We do have to pay bills. Give us a second. I haven't figured out how to put music on this yet, but I'm going to, and I'm probably gonna go for the old school stuff. What kind of music you want to drop on here, Two Fly? I'm in love with Mary Jane.
Oh, you better stop.
She my main thing.
You put some Isley Brothers on?
They copyrighted.
Really?
You can't do that because we want that little back end royalty. You
my God.
You can't do that.
Put the instrumental on.
I'm sure the instrumental is copyrighted.
Oh no, you got to put on the one that's like the people do the cover songs. I don't think you can do those.
Yeah, you can definitely put the cover songs on there, or someone who's like a Kill who he does certain songs, and before he actually legit puts them out, you can use it.
We just Akil, if you're out there in the world, you just need to call it and just rap acapella.
Look, Akil's a young Thundercat. Like, you can't catch up with Akil because he got stuff to do.
I know.
But this is what I will say. It's all available to you. The Cash App is how we pay bills over here. Do not do drugs. The next question is, I'm going to drop the link to this in a minute. Will you take the vaccine? As far as me, will I take the vaccine for the COVID-19? I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to wait to be last in line. Okay, I was gonna go, but I had somewhere to go, and I couldn't do it right now. My knee hurt. I'm gonna think about it. I'm not totally against it. I'm not totally for it, but I'm a Tuskegee Airman cat. I watch documentaries, and I just want to see if y'all hair don't fall out. That's all I want to see. And if y'all hair is still good, and you like, actually, it helped my skin, then I go in there, do it. I give them $20. Next question: how much is it?
Well, so they said that Biden did not say or like
It
trade
costs.
off. Yeah, he didn't trade off and say if you want to get the.
Listen, if you wait, he gonna charge you for that back end. You should have did it when I told you to do it. That next one gonna be $3,000.
I know, right there. We all need it. Oh man, payment plan.
Don't worry, we'll put it on your back end on your taxes. Yeah, you better do it now while it's freezy. But you know that free model ain't gonna be good as that paid model.
Oh yeah.
I want like the Lexus cocktail. I want the one with all that soothes as it go in. I don't want the rough shot joint.
Well, did you hear about I think the first person to introduce the vaccine, or should I say the antivirus or what have you, was the girl. They gave her like 25,000. Like she made it in school or something like that, and people were like,
"Oh, you got screwed."
Yeah, like,
you got screwed.
They like made a program or made a contest. It was like, hey, anyone that can come up with the COVID-19
you got screwed.
And she did. They gave her like 25,000.
You should have gave that girl 2% of all the sales for the end of time.
Yeah.
Y'all don't even get me going on the regime. No, because you trying to do it to get me going. I'm serious.
Guys, if you guys remember it, please let TV know. It was a whole segment on it because they sneakily did it. They just basically introduced it as a what are those things called? Like a scholarship at a college. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like the world knew or the United States knew. They just said, hey, we're going to put together the scholarship, whoever comes up with it or so. I guess they're just thinking it was just supposed to be playing around or something. And she actually came up with something that they're, probably putting it into trials and testing it out and seeing what it can do. But she was granted 25,000, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. Listen, y'all didn't call in on that. Y'all weren't interested in that. Maybe y'all be interested in this. Excuse me. I got a 3rd grade education. I can't read. President Biden orders the Department of Justice to end contract with the private. Was that privatility? Privately operated prisons. Okay. This is the first step to stop corporations from profiting off of the incarceration. Okay, this is to stop. What y'all think of that? That's one piece of news. I think I should be a news channel. No, real.
You sound good.
I you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I sound good. Oh my God. Anal swabs by was posted 2 hours ago by Baller Alert. Anal swabs are being used in China's to identify high-risk COVID cases. You gotta get your cheek meat up. Y'all think I'm lying? Go to Baller Alert. Y'all ain't sub to Baller Alert on IG. It's right there. Yeah. That booty meat. You gotta get that booty meat up.
That guy holding
he holding his cheeks like, nah, I ain't trying to do it. No, you gotta do it. It's a step. That's a fact though. Oklahoma wants to return $2 million worth of hydroxychloroquine. I can't read that. Okay. Hydroxychloroquine.
Woo. You're holding fine. I can't even say it.
You read it. Fancy education. What, you can't read it?
No, I can't read it. All right, hold on. Wait, so
can't read it.
What is it?
That's a word.
Chloroquine. Hydrochloroquine.
Should we be trying to get our news for more than Baller Alert?
Yeah, let's. What's World Star Hip Hop talking about?
That ain't a better. You go to like ESPN. I mean, I say ESPN. Fox or CNN. All right.
Yeah.
Because Baller Alert gonna give you the hood news. Chicken going out of style.
Oh, here's one.
Everybody who's burning miles say I'm burning miles.
Turned over months ago. According to the Chicago Tribune, he claimed that by withholding crucial evidence, the defense will be severely disadvantaged when the case goes to trial. So, I mean, his statement, quote unquote, was the only reason that these materials are being withheld is to allow the government to gain a tactical advantage and as gamemanship. The action is decidedly not one that should be based upon trial by surprise or trial with an opportunity for one side to meaningfully prepare. Wow. Okay.
1 second. We have a caller in. Rez, I'm assuming you sent your $20 to the Cash App. I'm gonna let you on in. Rez, what you got to say about the topics?
Hello.
Riggedy Rez, you on?
I want to speak on the whole private prison ordeal.
Okay.
Okay, a lot of people look at this as a win. It's to the same level. Some folks believe once they stop private prisons that they're just going to release a whole bunch of non-offenders or everybody that's in the prison system. Because when you look at private prisons, they account for 14 to 12% of the prison population in America. Somebody might want to double check the number.
I think that's
So
about
with
close.
that
I seen
being
it on the documentary. That's close.
so with this being said, I've been in the prison system about a third of my life. Okay, and I've been in private prisons. Okay, in private prisons, they choose what type of inmates they want. All right, it's not like the state. You don't go to the transitional what's the term of it? You don't go into the they call it intake. All right, they have like a main hub in each state where everybody goes to. You go in there, they test you for like AIDS, blah blah blah. They give you all the little shots or whatever, and they classify you depending on your crime time, where you from, your race, religion, gang affiliation, blah blah blah.
Question is,
So,
depending on what you did and all that, are you considered more a valuable prison to someone who's trying to buy you?
all right, that's what I'm getting at. So when they take these prisoners, they put them into a pool, okay? And the private prisons get to choose who comes into their facility. They choose people with lower minimum security, like
Right.
trustee minimum, blah blah blah. Because the lower the security level is, the less security that you mandate to have legally, so you can have less employees.
Mm. So you
So
save
with
more
that being
money on
said,
that person.
you save more money on that person. They also take people that has um dietary situations, like they're vegan or vegetarian or they're Muslim. They only take people with religion things, like I forgot it's some group of religion that they don't cut their dreads off. I can't think Rastafarian.
Mm-hmm.
Jewish people, because they only eat certain things. That bullshit.
Right.
So they take these people because they're cost more to house, so thus they get more from the government to house them, which entails they makes more money because they're low minimum class, which means you have less employees but more valuable prisoners. Okay. Now,
Oh,
this being
so
said,
if he's not violent but has crazy dietary issues, you can get someone that's worth more money but don't need that much to secure.
exactly, because they're all minimum class and trustee, which requires less security. Okay. Now, there's a double sword to this, because you can be somebody that's convicted of a murder, rape, kingpin, whatever. You could be in the system long enough to your classification to get down to trustee or minimum. Okay. So when they get down to trustee or minimum, they can also be accepted into these private prisons. All right. Now, when you look at a private prison is not all sunshines and rainbows. Private prisons are more violent than state prisons. Okay. Because the people that's there are not always nonviolent. You see what I'm saying? It could be somebody in there for armed robbery, for attempted murder, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. They've been in the system for 5 years, 10 years, and the security clearance got down, and now, bim, they're inside this private prison. But they can get away with more stuff because there's not as much staff on hand. So you can sit there and
Because they're
stab
trying
somebody
to
and get
save
away with it
money.
in private prison. See what?
Because they're trying to save money in the private prison.
Exactly. Now, this being said, with them not funding private prisons, a private prison is either going to find a way to put those guys in labor, or they're going to shut down altogether. Now, if they shut down, these prisoners are not going to be released, because there's a lot of people in private prisons with life sentences. Okay, so what's going to happen is that these private prisons are going to dump them all in the state. Now you got to think, this is 12 to 14% of the prison population in America. How many people we have in prison in America is in the millions. You're looking at 100,000, 150,000, 200,000 inmates being dumped on all over the state prisons that's already overpopulated. All these guys ain't getting out. I'm just being honest. They ain't getting out. Somebody with a rape, they might get out because, I'm sorry, for some reason people with rape charge get more leniency than somebody that's so dope. I don't know why. I just like that.
That's crazy.
So what's going to happen is all these guys convicted for what can I say? Firearm by convicted felon, your drug dealers, your attempted murders, your aggravated assaults, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. They're going to be shipped into these prisons that's already overpopulated. So now they're going to be even more populated, and all these people that's like rape, all these people, child molesters, statutory rape, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. They're going to be the ones getting released because, for one, they always be the one to get paroled out easier because for some odd reason, the government feel like they got a hold on this shit because when they get out, they have to register. They have to tell them where they live at. They can't stay by kids, which is bullshit because if you go in your city right now and look up sex offenders, there's probably a sex offender stay next door to your ass.
Yeah, there's apps for that.
You know what I'm saying?
So they feel that since they have these other things in place, it's actually cheaper just to track where they are than to house them.
Exactly. Because just like somebody that's been on probation or parole, I can speak on this. Depending on your classification on probation or parole, they really don't even watch your ass. You can sit here and parole out and see a parole officer, and you can see him one time, and you can never see him again. Because parole don't stop. I don't know about every other state, but I know where I'm from. Parole don't stop. So if you get out and you got 2 years on parole and you report one time, if you be on a run for 2.5 years, when they finally catch up to you, you can't go to jail because your parole is over with. Now probation is different. You know, probation got supervision, non-supervision. Right. Supervision, you come in there, you tell them, I'm looking for a job. They might piss test you, whatever. Non-supervision, just call in every 6 months, call in every 3 months, call in every month, whatever agreement you have. It's less money being spent on that person, but
it's just cheaper.
It's cheaper, but this person is still either a rapist. He might be a drug dealer. He might be whatever, and that's gonna be the person you're gonna be sharing. You're gonna be sharing your neighborhood with. So it's going to make it bad because a person's going to be even more overpopulated, and it's going to make it even bad because you're going to have all those people that everybody said, fuck them, lock them up, burn them up, all that other bullshit in the streets with you at your local Walmart.
So let me ask you something. Are you saying that
that's crazy?
Are you saying that a person that fulfills the entirety of their prison term, or however way the numbers are placed, and they get out, they basically pay their debt to society?
Yeah, in a sense, not really.
Okay,
but
I was asking a question. Are you saying that person that's paid their debt to society is less likely to offend than a person that got out on parole or probation?
No, it's not what I'm saying. Okay. But you got to understand this part.
He's telling you how the money works.
No, I get that. No, because he was breaking it down the way which I think we kind of got. I think the thing is that with private prisons or so, they're contributing to the economic recourse of the United States. That's why they're so. That's why they are who they are, because it's like, listen, if Amazon, what I'm saying, didn't want to necessarily, hire people outside or whatever, they could technically issue out a contract to have those prisoners come in and do the work.
Technically. So
that's what I'm saying. So it's kind of one of those things where
they want to pull it out, but it becomes a thing where they call it too big to fail, where it's like it's hurting, but then we're kind of depending on it.
Yeah, because I will say this, the unfortunate thing is that when a person does come out of prison, right, regardless if they fulfill the term or not, they should issued into detoxification. It should be
psychological stuff.
You need to be psychologically evaluated because you were taken out of something that is not necessarily humane to do. Because like you have prisons over countries like Sweden, Ireland, Canada. They don't treat the prisoners like they treat us.
Well, see, since we're a business, which that's going to cost money, and that's exactly the point of them pushing them out.
I mean, well, like I said, that's what I said. It's one of those conundrums where, like I said, if we look at how much it would cost them to house the prisoners or take a prisoner in and really, like say for example, you go into prison, you go through quarantine, that you get issued as far. The reason why I know because I've been through it too. I did 14 months. So I know you get quarantined. Once you get quarantined, you're either going to be in general population or you'll be escorted to whichever's happening. So if you do have a disease, you will be quarantined and basically in the sick or infirmary. If you are,
they don't do that everywhere.
No, I understand that, but trust me, I'm not ashamed to say I did prison in Pennsylvania.
Oof.
So listen, you don't even want charges from Pennsylvania because when you go to other states, a misdemeanor is held as a felony in other states. Meaning if I go for a job there, they count it as, oh no, your misdemeanor too is like a felony one. Like technically, if you did it here, you didn't even be walking in here to ask for a job.
Where did you do your time at?
Georgia.
I don't know if Georgia's where. I know Florida and Pennsylvania are like some of the main worst places.
Like I said,
Florida real bad. It's like if you catch a charge in any other state and you get out and you move to Florida and you catch another charge in the first 3 years, you get caught up in the Reoffender Act. So whatever the maximum is for that charge is your minimum. So if you commit fraud and the maximum is 20 years is now your minimum.
Yeah, Florida is real fucked up.
I mean,
Well, listen, Mom, I appreciate you for calling in. We're gonna jump to the next one on the news list. You put in a lot of good points, and that's the point of this channel. Is you're gonna call in and have something actual to say. Thank you for calling in. Please call back later, and thanks for hitting the cash out, bro.
Thanks, Mob.
Don't do drugs. Wow, that was. Let me see my phone.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, it's
That's not my phone.
Oh, sorry.
No, we don't though. That's but your thing's girly. Like I like mine is masculine.
I can't. Well, when we're looking at it from the front, I can't tell the case.
Let's go to a lighter note. Gosh, I don't want to move nowhere.
Prison, son.
Yeah,
clank.
You going to jail? Like, jeez, Louise.
I will say this. This is what I learned from it. What I was tried as a teen into an adult, so that was the first thing that happened to me that was like traumatizing. The second thing was when I went there and stuff. When I got out, I tell you one thing, I learned my lesson. I was like, oh, this ain't for me. No, I mean, that's something that I've promoted. And then another thing is that it's one of those things where I turned the chapter. I feel like a lot of people, when they go, it still holds them. It's almost like it's a scar or a wound that's just there and stuff. And I think the biggest thing is for us to, like I said, sever the psychological tie of it, because that's what I did when I got out and did my term. I went to counseling because I mean I was still stuck on the judge just saying, oh yeah, well you going up. Wait, whoa, time out. What? Like hold on. Like it was like he didn't even care. Like it was just he just looked at me, did not follow any of the procedures that was known. Like my attorney's looking, like it was just one of those things where I learned very quickly, like, oh, okay, I see how this goes. And so I took it and got out and said, absolutely not. Like I don't even speak the rhetoric. I don't speak gang rhetoric or I don't do none of it. I ain't no chi-chis or nothing. Like
did that make you fake?
Yeah, well, so be it. Like I don't that. Oh no, that's like it was one of the experiences where that is not something that I carry with me, but that is something if I see another young person, I will, oh my God, like break my neck. Whoa, don't do that.
That's 5 to 10.
I know the numbers.
Yeah, that's 5 to 10. Don't do that. Look, yeah. Quick. Plane dumps fuel over school in emergency landing to LAX. Oof.
Wait, what?
You want them kids end up with they end up with some type of cancer. You know what it came from. Plane dumps fuel over LAX. Right now I'm looking at this is Gulf Post. News by the people for the people. Gulf Post. Was doing emergency landing, and I guess they had to dump the fuel, but they dumped it right over school.
I mean, did they know it was a school? Was it? I mean, because I feel like
emergency
when air
landing,
traffic,
I don't think you care.
Well, I thought that the air traffic control people still do give you information like longitude, latitude, what's happening.
Yeah, but your plane's crashing. Like, I don't think you care that a daycare takes some.
So then, I mean, are they holding them at fault, or what's the?
I don't really see how they could.
Yeah.
I mean, either that I can dump fuel on the school, or I can crash into it.
True.
Like,
true.
What are we gonna do? So you get them some penicillin, or you can spray them up off the floor,
or you could just treat this like a fire drill or something, get these little kiddies out of here or something. Like, did they attempt that? Like, what? Or was it just all at minute to minute or second to second?
I don't know. I am What's that? Playoffs. Hypocrite. You fail for the sweet meat. Woo. Pressure. Starbucks is replacing its straws with a new straw lid.
Stop.
What? I was gonna move on with the news and actual legitimacy, but you want to stop for the ignorance? Let's stop.
Okay.
No, let's stop.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Screw the world. Let's stop.
I'm sorry.
What you gotta say?
What is it? Okay, you fell for the sweet meat. What does that mean?
The soggy bean juice.
But what do you mean you fell? Did you fall in it, or what does that mean?
That Sagittarius sack. That's what he's talking about.
Can you stop?
I'm just telling you what he means.
I just don't get it.
That jumping Jehoshaphat.
So let me ask you something. So were you supposed to just die just giving everyone trucking advice? Like
an incel.
What would you that sounds more like a eunuch. Like, what was you supposed to
that's the actual name, incel, involuntary celibate people.
Yeah, like what was you supposed to?
I was telling people to get their stuff together first before they ran into the soggy Sagittarius sack. But I guess they missed the point, and they feel like, well, if that's how you stand on, you never get booty. But what's stupid about it is they kept trying to pressure me to get booty, and then when I get some booty, it's like, well, you said you wouldn't. Like, it's like you can't win on that. That's why I was moving on to something that actually mattered.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. Starbucks is replacing its straws with new strawless lids. I've tried this lid, and I agree with it.
Love it. I actually keep it. I keep the containers.
Right.
I kept one of those containers.
Do we have any moderators in here? How many mods did you get?
Yeah, I gave Just Phil, Mario, Highway Journey, Jeremy.
We need to get someone who likes blocking people. I've noticed that.
Okay.
Someone who likes.
If you guys want, because I was handling it for. So if you want to be a moderator, just let me know or what have you. I know people don't like me, so I will say this: if you don't like me, you don't like TB, because we're one. I wouldn't disrespect.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to let you know that now. So if you think that you're going to bypass this and maybe say, hey, TB, and disregard me, that's not flying. So
I will say one thing about, to get off the jigaboo, and one thing about the straw thing. Straws are actually better for your teeth.
True. It helps with the enamel. So yeah.
It's actually better for your teeth. So there's something you want to think about with that. Also, Australia's largest retailers are banning single-use plastic bags. It's going to be an actual ban. So, hey, if you like just pick it and flick it, that's not about to happen. Solar power employs twice as many people as coal does in the United States. They overtook coal. That's crazy.
Shout out to Dirty Broke 215. He just said, just read the 13th Amendment, Section 1. Slavery is still legal if you get convicted of a crime.
Figgity fact.
Give me a thing.
What thing?
I was gonna make oh boy, what's his name?
But I was looking at the news. All right, I'm just gonna freewheel it. Let me ask y'all something. Let me ask y'all a real
Son of a King. Do you want to be a mod? I know he's always in here. He likes blocking people. Sorry, my apologies.
Thank you. Let me ask y'all a real question. What are y'all gonna do after trucking? Is you just gonna ride it all the way to the end? Till the wheels fall off, as they say? Are you gonna go into your code out? That means die. Are you gonna med card out? What are you doing after trucking? That's a good question. Y'all put that in the comments and let me know. Y'all put that in the comments. Sign me up to the block. Sign me up to block. Someone is ready to block. Truth teller. I got you. Son of a king says I got you.
Okay.
And let me tell you what we're the culture of our blocking. We're blocking people who are not adding to the conversation. If we're talking about news and politics and you come in and say soggy bean juice, you're getting blocked, dude. Let's not do that. It don't make sense. It ain't add into the conversation. And this is my thing. When I try to move on, and sometimes, my old lady, she's long-winded, so she'll just keep going. I try to stop her so it can move the conversation on, because I know y'all are just listening.
Don't do that.
Don't do what? I'm being honest.
Oh no, I'm reading some. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm being honest. So I try to move on because my old lady is what you call with the shits. And she'll stop a intelligent debate to talk shit to somebody. Like, we don't need to do that. If we're having a good conversation, we'll just keep moving forward, and hopefully the moderators will see something stupid and be like, "Oh, you got to go," because we're not talking about that over here. And people are really burning 2 hours and 25 minutes out of their drive shift without even thinking about it. And there's no better feeling than that. We're burning miles. After trucking, I plan on. Chaz says, after trucking, I plan on making money off all my hobbies. Man, that's the dream, Chaz. That's the dream. You don't want to get that soggy Sagittarius drip? I'm going to buy a strip club and be the #1 customer after. I don't think you're going to make no money if you're just giving yourself and paying yourself. That don't seem like that checks out. But, hey, do what you got to do at the end of the day. And Smitty, hot mess. There you go. Get a job. You got no job, Tommy.
Remember that episode when Tommy said, "You remember that time you picked me up for work?" He was like, "Dude, I just looked over, you appeared."
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know where you came from.
So I pulled up, no one was there. I looked, you appeared, Tommy. That stuff is
He says, "Yes, I need the energy. Why would it take it? And there's 93% chance of recovery. Why? That's a good question. Why would you take the vaccine if there's 93% chance of recovery? That means you don't need it, right? Right? I don't know. That's a good question. They seem to be liking the podcast format.
I think they do.
They don't want to see me like I ain't attractive or something. Dirty broke. A lot of truckers end up state-run nursing homes. Very sad. That's a fact. Dead and broke. That's a figgity fact. A pipe dream would be building a performance engine.
Engines?
Yeah, I think it means engine. Performance engine. Working on doing something in beauty and health and fitness.
Oh, girl.
I ain't lying. Put that meat out there. After trucking, I want to make money and grow and make $7,000 a week, like you said previously.
Let's talk. Hold on.
That ain't telling me what you're gonna do. That's telling me how much you want to make.
So let me ask you guys something. And this is for true trucker brown, faithful from the block subscribers, fans, or supporters.
Brownieites.
Why do you hold him to things that obviously at that time was hot? Marriages and procreating with the wrong people, and finding hobbies that are going to transcend and make you a more well-rounded person after trucking, all that good stuff. But it seems to be an alliance of people that are hell-bent on not letting someone grow and let someone have a different wave of thinking. And specifically, I'm going to shout out, and I could be wrong, it seems to be the local people. It seems like you really had, done a number.
Well, they got time on their hands. I mean, they do. They get off and they get to go sit in a, rocking chair and chill. Like, I ain't hating on it. It just at the time, 8 years ago, it wasn't for me. I wanted to get out and, and get wiggity with it. I didn't want to be in no house and just coming home. I didn't want to do that. Like, eventually I'll get there. But until then, it's It's mountain, lakes, and oceans for me, baby. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, people hold you to stuff because when a person just doesn't like you, they hold you to anything they feel like is a. It doesn't matter what I say. I have to say I only drink Tussin, and then I'll show up with Dimetap, and that's gonna be the thing they say. They just on the contrary. Period.
I think it's the funny thing is that because of your transparency, you know, obviously you have done different areas of trucking.
Right.
You know, you've been in different areas of trucking.
Right.
And you're I would say that you're a person that's well-rounded. It's almost like an expert or like a physician. You're not a specialist in like a certain type of medicine, but an overall general physician. You know what I mean? Like you have a general handle.
I can tell you a thing or two about a thing or two.
You know, so again, like I said, I don't get the holding you to that because like I said, and you've said it before, when we look at other content creators that keep reiterating or keep redoing the same type of content or to the point where we can pick out and say, oh, he's lying or I know that to be not true and things like that.
Right.
But I just don't understand. And what DOT has in store and things like that. But when we're speaking from personal experience to lighten the mood, right? Or to tell a story or to convey a message, why do you think people hold you to that regard?
Well, because people don't like me. They just don't like. When you don't like somebody, whatever you feel is bad, you try to hold them to. It's just, it's what it is. I mean, Jay-Z is 28 years removed from touching drugs, and they still bring it up. Like it's just what it is. It's how. Now they can hear us. I think regret saying. I don't know. I don't really know. I feel like
You can say no.
I've stood on. It's obviously something I probably regret. But I mean, I stood on everything I ever said on. Like, it's how I felt at the time. You know, my thing is the people watching you can say anything they want, and they're not held to it. They're just typing things in. That's why you can have 110 people in here. You can drop the link, and the people that don't like you won't call in. They're like, "Oh, well, nah, they ain't gonna call in because your people gonna jump on them." Well, I'm 1-on-1 right now. Why they ain't calling now?
But how do people jump on you if you're talking and the people are typing? That's a completely different medium that's being used. I mean, even with earlier today with Marcus Collins, you know, he's asking me to take responsibility on something, and I'm like, well, then take responsibility. You know, if you're going to tell me to do something, practice what you preach. Come up here and talk about it. Obviously, y'all still mad. Like that's why I was like, I don't understand how if someone says anything, we have the liberty to do so, and to hold people responsible for nothingness it's redonkulous. Like I think I said this earlier or the last live. I said, you guys got to remember something. YouTube is a production. Even the people that you love to watch, that is produced.
Yeah.
They listen to me. The people that you like the most, we'll call it what it is. The people that you like and say, oh, this is the best content ever. When they cut off that camera, you know what they
Totally
say?
different.
F y'all. They don't care about y'all.
Yeah.
They talk to maybe select people because they maybe have fans that or supporters that, you know, that they just know and their family and friends. But for the whole entirety of it, it's basically F you guys. It's about the money. There is no reality into YouTube because once they put the algorithm where people can get paid, oh, that was a wrap.
Right. Well, I mean, bro, they say never meet your heroes, man.
Yeah.
Whatever the way they want. I mean, I've met people on here that have the cleanest trucking YouTube, and they the most MFer cigarette hanging out their mouth. I F this chick type of dude you ever meet.
Yeah.
So it's like, or you meet them and you think, oh, they're so nice, and then they're like serious Trump supporters and super negative. So it's like at the end of the day, I just don't do that. Like me, I feel like it's too much work.
Yeah.
I see you, truth teller. It's too much work to keep that up. So I just end up saying what's on my mind, and I get in trouble for saying that. Truth teller.
Yeah, what's happening? What's going on, folks? Good
Man,
studio.
I'm just trying to live like you. That's it.
Ah, yeah, man. Hey, first off, right? This vaccine talk, right?
Right.
This is my thing, man. Over all the years that we've been on this earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you hear like there's some type of illness out there, and people go get the vaccine, right?
Right.
Are you not getting what it is that they're saying it is to prevent you from getting it?
Yeah, because they're really not stopping you from getting it. They're trying to make you immune to it. So you're getting the disease they're stopping.
Right. So at the end of the day, I'm supposed to allow you to give me what it is that y'all deem is killing everybody, which has well over what was the percentage rate surviving? 93%.
93%.
Does that make sense?
It doesn't. It also doesn't make sense that when the swine flu and SARS hit. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, it
I'm
also
spotty
doesn't
area, man. Spotty.
It doesn't make sense that when SARS and swine flu and bird flu hit, I don't remember none of these provisions. None of them.
Right.
Y'all remember that when SARS hit? No, they didn't do none of this.
Mm-mm.
So what?
Not even through it. Remember when anthrax was coming through the mail?
Right. He took it back to 04.
Well,
I don't get it, bro. I don't get it.
I think they did, but I just don't think it was on this. I don't think they did. I think they did. It just wasn't on this global of a scale. I think that this was something that was just like, wait, what? I mean, this hit us in a way where it hit in so many different arenas that had nothing to do with each other. Like this shouldn't have hit us economically. It shouldn't have hit us, politically, and it shouldn't have hit us health wise. It was like this thing had hands in 3 different areas, and it was just like we're trying to figure out why. Like, with the COVID-19, you go outside, they're opening up the casino, but they don't want you to be in the elevator with 4 people, but you could be on the casino floor with 1,500. Like it was just like we didn't know what was going on. Like it was like, what is happening?
I just don't remember nobody saying. I mean, I don't remember nobody telling you to cover your mouth. I don't remember nobody saying don't stand next to you. You know what I'm saying?
No, I've seen it. I mean, I've seen people like playing, and stuff it'll get real bad real quick off of somebody like a young person with a gang of friends walking on the store and coughing all over the place with no mask on. I've seen people get real serious about it. And it's like, man, like, okay, if we just sit back, to me, it's not even research. To me, it's like when it first started happening, it was more so common sense. Like, okay, this doesn't resonate with me at all. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they're pulling.
And then don't make me meditate on it. Now I'm really okay. Don't
Let me get the
let me
save
meditate
gal
on it.
on.
Now it's really getting serious. Now the ancestors stepping in like, man, you know this bullshit, man.
It's
It's
getting
bullshit.
thick.
But but at the same time, like I tell people, if I get that it's like, oh, it don't make sense, but at least don't be an anti-masker. Because it's like some stuff now you're bringing drama to you. When you just put the mask on, get your hot chocolate, and leave.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm kind of growing into that because I'm just to the point now. I'm really not. I don't even want to hear you talk about it or ask me, especially people that's not. You're not even a part of the establishment that we're in right now, but you're asking me what my mask is.
Oh no.
Man,
Truth
you
teller,
end
they
up
hating
bring you
on you.
end
You
up
speaking
bring
too
you
much
end up
truth.
man you end up bringing that pressure to you.
Wow, man. Hey, they heard him was like, yeah, cut him off.
YouTube is
Cut him
right
off.
there. Like, oh no.
I mean, I see Ben Jediah. I said I will, and I hold the. I can change my mind, but I said that I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna give it some time first. I didn't tell you I wasn't gonna. I haven't said I wasn't gonna take it yet. I haven't said I wasn't gonna take it yet, and you're a perfect example of someone who's on the contrary. You waited through this whole thing, and what you got from it was, I do recall TB saying he'd take it. That's what you got from the whole live.
I think he literally went through your catalog
And just
it
waited.
was queued up.
I'm gonna wait for something I disagree with. Grape soda don't stay good that long.
I want that grape drink.
I want that purple stuff. What is juice?
I want grape drink.
Yeah, I mean, I said I'm just gonna wait. And my thing is, I went through the rough time, the hard time, and never touched me. And they say, oh, wasn't big crowds. I'm not a big crowd cat anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it seemed to be hitting Hollywood harder than anybody. I don't know if they just touching each other.
Yeah.
Or what's going on.
And
but
now, I mean, is there any spike of cases from the storming of the nation's capital? Was there any spike in cases?
yeah, there actually was. A lot of them did catch it.
Really? Okay.
Because those people are also anti-maskers.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you something. All right. Do you remember we were in Arizona? I think we were in Flagstaff. We was at the Little America Truckers Yard. You know that Little America in Flagstaff? It's like one of the best
bacon
places.
cheeseburger.
Exactly. So we were there. We're getting our food, right? We're in our 30-minute. And we had just walked to the door. And I think they had just put the mandate in for you have to wear a mask. The manager was in the middle of placing it on the door. Like he was just like, and he's like, you know what, just go ahead, get your food. Cause he didn't feel like it. Look, he just had the look of stress on his face. Like, I don't feel like it today, but tomorrow you better come in here with a mask. So this family, it was like a grandfather, his, mom and a dad and their kids. And there was a full-fledged argument. I'm talking about grandpa brought out the mandate. He was like, that's not a law. Do you know the difference between a law and a mandate? And it was about to be a full-fledged fight. I'm going to say it was probably like September, October. So, I mean, we're in COVID, but it was just so sad to see that the people that always, the Karens, right? The, call them cop Karen and the, you can't do this without a permit and you can't sell waters and you can't barbecue in a national park and you can't swim in the public ocean. How everybody just kept on now going against the groove. They were just like, oh no, I'm not wearing no guy.
They were being checked.
Yeah, like I was like, whoa.
I'm a part of society that usually don't get checked. So who are you to? It's not a law. Okay, let's break this. Let's break down the anti-masker thing. Anyone want to call on the anti-masker thing?
Absolutely.
You're more than welcome. Let's break this down. Now, it is not a law. It's a mandate. But if Walmart has a policy, it don't have to be a law. That's private property.
Yeah.
So if Walmart says, I'm going to go along with this, you cannot have a mask on, but you can't do it here. This is the same reason why you can run stop signs on their property, because it's private property. You can't just say, well, you got to let me in this strip club. No, I don't. I have the right to refuse you service. I do. I have a right to refuse you service. This is private property. Don't tell me about the state laws because the state don't own Jamba Juice. You understand? So if Jamba Juice says you can't wear athletic shoes in here, you're not getting in.
Yeah.
And see, this is what I'm saying. When laws hurt other people, nobody cares. I remember going to the club long time. I was a young Thundercat. They was on me. Yeah. I used to go down there to the bars and, you know what I'm saying? Had a hot dicky suit on with some Timbs, you know, all fresh. Have a polo black on and all that. So I go down there and I'm noticing like, geez Louise, bro, I can't get into. I just need you to grab your grape out. I don't need you to take my whole bowl of grapes. Just get your grape out. Thank you, kind. I got up to get it. Anyway, I go down there to go into the club, get my swerve on. I know that certain clubs, they hit you with a list of what they don't want you to wear. Now, listen to this list. No athletic clothing, meaning jerseys, no sneakers, no Timberland boots, no do-rags.
What?
Yeah, no do-rags.
That's a part of the fit.
No, see, you gotta understand. Basically, what they're saying is, I don't want Negroes in here. Because they didn't say no bib coveralls. They didn't say no fishing hook in your hat. They didn't say no American flag. They didn't say any other stuff that would push out black people, white people. But they put everything was to keep the average Negro out. Now, fast forward to now. Now it's just simple. You don't got a mask. Those people who didn't care about those mandates, now they're getting mandated. No, you can't come in. And they ain't taking it. The person who is so sensitive to discrimination is the one that ain't used to it. They'll tell you, oh, get over it. And then when it's like, you can't come in here with that, I got my rights. Whoa, you're a little sensitive to discrimination, you know?
I'm American.
Remember the dude that was going into Walmart and the black dude was like, bro, I can give you a mask, bro.
I mean, you know it's bad when black people say, bro, I got you. Like, don't even worry about it.
Just put the mask on.
Why you acting like that?
You don't understand this making everybody uncomfortable? It's just getting sad. Like, put the mask on.
He went from joking to God and really feeling bad.
Yeah.
Like,
I will get you a mask, dog.
Because he was literally tackling
a big dude.
A big Walmart security guard was trying to tackle this old by the railroad, like unassuming guy. And he had the strength of 1940s bottom. Like, he was like, I'm not going down.
Why do you keep let's stop. Because it's an issue. And I'm about to ask her to leave. When I hand you a grape, that don't mean you grab my bowl of grapes. That means you get a grape. Can you get your grape out, please?
All right, bring the bowl back. You ain't got the palm bowl. Like
I know how you are, because you always want to take over something. And stop picking out the good ones. I see you, bro. I would have had nothing but a bunch of soggy grapes when she gave it back to me. Jesus Christ. But that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. First of all, we got to pay bills. We got to pay bills.
Oh, yeah. Let me read off these cash apps.
Are y'all liking the podcast theme? Are y'all liking the conversation? Are you burning miles? Do you want to come on here and advertise something? You want to talk about your channel? Hit the cash app to keep this going.
Or if you with the smoke. I don't know what that sound was.
I was going to ask you. I was going to hope you're going to recover it, but you didn't. So I was like,
yeah.
Hit the cash app, show support, please. Bang!
Oh, my God. Like, if you guys have any questions, please feel free. I mean, seriously. But shout out to Aaron Brutus, Indoor Prince 500 for the $20. And to Truth Teller, shout out to him for the $20. We hope he called you back in because he was on roll.
Yeah, he was giving him that. That's why they cut him out. Oh, you think you're going to come here and tell some truth? Get your shade using, but bang! NSA, drop a signal.
That is hilarious.
I am Angel Horman Marine. I got lung issues. Wear your mask. Hey, turn the camera on. Weird. Why do you want me to cut the camera? Call in. Let me drop it so you can call in, bro.
Why do you want to see you so much?
Call in, bro. Call in. Here you go. Call in.
Cut the camera on.
Because you with the schmiggity. Go and call in with it. Why you texting? Call in. I don't get it.
You asking answer? No, I
I told you a while back. What I tell you, they on me.
They on me, so.
I can't go nowhere without them being on me.
Let's say, shout out to Greg Hawkins for the $5 for Burning Miles. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, Greg Hawkins. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you.
Oh, Just Phil, Just Blaze, Just Phil sending $5 for Bang. Oh wait, I keep saying the 4. Sorry.
For Bang.
For Bang. No, Bang.
Bro, you know what? I got something.
What?
Give me 2 things you miss about going to the movies.
First of all, the one thing I do miss is the anticipation, like when we're all standing there to get our tickets and you're talking to strangers and we're all hype.
And this one, Batman's gonna have the last one.
That I miss. I mean, it's just the most the best time ever. That like you go up and you're like, okay, I'm gonna get tickets to this movie, and they're like, yeah, you know what I mean? Because do you remember when the second part and this, that, like Die Hard
Batman when I was little.
Yeah, because that's how Marvel was. Like any Marvel movie that came out, it was a riggedy rap. I do miss the morning show. The morning, like play like the first movie.
Matinee?
Yeah,
show?
I missed the matinee.
Oh yeah, I used to. Man, $3, $4.
Yeah, I missed that.
You can go in there, and if you go real early, you can watch like 2 movies for the date crowd.
Yeah, because see, I do love how movies have became a whole, like experience. Like you have the comfy chairs, you get some food, the waitress come out while you're eating. I mean, she'd be a little interrupting sometimes, but other than that, it was just like you're like basically home. But I do miss coming in there, sneaking in a sandwich. Sneaking in your own popcorn, your own candy at least.
Let's go out to the lobby. Let's go out to the lobby. Let's go out to the lobby.
Yo, Just Phil, the previews is religious. It's sacrilegious if you missed it. First of all, I remember one time I almost missed the previews, and I went back and said, give me the next viewing.
I've ended a relationship over previews. It's just all you're gonna miss is the previews. That's the whole point of me coming. How I'm supposed to know when Iron Man coming out if you playing around?
And the previews were getting longer and longer. It was like at least a good 15, 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. Oh man, yeah. No, I've literally walked back and I'm talking about the so it was like I couldn't gauge how many previews went. So I walked back out and I was like, I think she said, well, we can't. I said, no, I got it. Go and get it to somebody that don't like previews or is un-American, and please give me the next view. Thank you.
American.
Yeah, American. I called my job, so I'm going to be really late this time.
Yes. My biggest thing about the movies is getting away from reality.
Hey, man.
I want to get to where it's like, I am Iron Man, and what if I want to feel like, I flew up on him and hit him with the laser. I don't want to feel, life sucks, bro, most of the time. So it's like, I want that 3-4 hour, I'm a billionaire. Like, I want to feel like I'm in a different planet. I want to feel like, that's why I would go there by myself on some creep stuff and watch Pixar movies. I wouldn't seen Wall-E by myself.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of movies by myself.
And be real, the best time to go to the movie by yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, especially in the real early in the day.
Yeah.
At the creepy time, and it's only nothing but you and other creeps in there, and you can go in there and get you. Think about it, you got more money, so you go in there, you get everything you want. I got nachos and popcorn, a soda and a freeze pop. Like it's just it's dope.
Well, for women, I use that as a way to make sure that who I'm going to the movies with, I can stand you, because some people are just not good movie dates.
They don't respect the game.
They don't get it. Like I had someone that had to keep going to the bathroom. Dude, you go to the bathroom before you go to the movies. In fact, don't drink anything if you know that you have a weak bladder. Like it's just certain unspoken rules that just, so I just, as a woman, I would gauge, did you wear the proper clothes? Meaning, did you have on a jacket? Because you have to give me your jacket if I get cold. Like there's certain things that I wear
sweatpants because in the middle I want to scratch my balls. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to scratch my balls. Like, yeah, he's a good old boy. You know what I mean? I don't want to be in there with them jeans. Now you can't scratch your balls without people seeing it.
Yeah.
Like,
and then I want to gauge how you like, because back in the day you did not pick your seat. That was not a thing.
No,
you just
hoped you got one. Hey, that's me, player. 4 and 5. 4 and 5. Get up.
So I'm hoping that you're the type of person that take charge and say, no, we get in the middle. Excuse me, brother. You know, on time and stuff like that. We there a whole 30 minutes before. Like, I'm looking at the key things because, again, movie dates to me were the most wholesome until the movies were getting so real that people were shooting in the movie theaters.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, I got to find another.
And it got to the point where the internet came and then it was corny.
Yeah.
Oh, because girls like, you know what I'm saying? I mess with him because he different. So then you like, what you want to do? All right, we can go to the movie. I mean, that's lame. You can come with something. Don't come with, I done heard that before. Let me tell you something. This ain't a sweepstakes. I'm not trying to win something.
Yeah.
Let me put it away. I'm going to the movie.
Yeah.
You can stay here at the laundromat or wherever you at. And I'm going to go to the movie. Don't tell me that other dudes said it to you. I don't care about what other dudes said to you. I'm interested in you. If you're interested in me, it is what it is. But I'm not about to, oh, well, let me think of what no other dude is ever. I'm not doing all that.
Well, I think it's because, and you said this before, and I totally agree with it. Women look outward to gauge the progression of their relationship. So if Beyonce said in a song, I don't do no movies. Oh, Lord. That's it for you guys.
That's broke nigga energy.
Yeah, like when that girl Sweetie said, if he doesn't get you a Birkin, send him back to the streets. We're like,
you mean a $56,000 purse? Like, what he makes a year?
He doesn't even get that on consignment. No, like, it's just like, wait, like, what?
He got his F-150 on used. Like, I paid $30,000 for them. 56. And then the thing is, it's like, baby, you mean you want me to buy you a fake one? Because you got to kind of be in a group to even get one of those. So you're not getting a real one.
And why do you have to wait till he gets it? Anyone that asks for things usually have already obtained it. So it's like, if you're getting me a Birkin bag, it's because you've seen that I'm accustomed to getting Birkin bags. That would be a normal gift to give someone. That's why when people give gifts, they're, some women do get mad because they're like, I ain't want this, but the guy's looking around and looking at the way you carry yourself as a woman. Look at the things that you buy. Like if you're in Ross getting the clearance rack, he ain't not gonna go and get you the brand new Louis Vuitton.
We don't broke the mold. We about to get into relationships. Jigabooing. Let's talk about jigaboo relationships. Okay, let's get it real. How you know you a jigaboo? If I take you to a nice restaurant and you eating the plate garnishment and being like, oh, listen, man, this should taste better than this. You're not supposed to eat that.
Oh my!
You a jigaboo.
Women,
I know you got one. Go on, hit me back. Hit me with a man one.
Okay. Let me see. What's the thing that men do? Okay, here's one. If we're on a date and you do take me to a nice restaurant and everything like that, and we go out and then it's time to take me home, you hit me with can I use your bathroom?
What?
Yeah, like, yo, can I use your bathroom? No, you're not coming to my house, sir. You have a wee-wee, you can go outside. Like,
what if I got a doo-doo?
You damn sure ain't coming to my house.
Then why you take me to the Mexican food restaurant here? See, I got a rebuttal for that one. Hold on. I gotta go in here and drop a dirty load. Like, help me out.
Absolutely not. Like, it's
word. What if I just got the trots?
Then you have to go to a doctor. Like, you shouldn't be going.
So you ain't never got a trots before?
I'll put it this way: if I have to go to the bathroom, I'm not going to your bathroom on the first or second day. Are you high? No.
All right, I give one because hers is iffy. Okay. How you know you a jigaboo? If I take you somewhere nice and you're just mean mugging everybody. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you cute and stuff like that. Why are you looking at me? And then you do the roll your eye thing where your head goes real forward and snaps at the end of the eye roll. That's why I hate coming down here because they always be in somebody's face. I can buy everything in this store. Then why I had to pay for lunch? The fuck you mean? You might be a jigaboo. That's how I feel. Number 2, if I tell you I'm taking you somewhere nice and you think that means dress slutty.
That's the word. Okay, remember, we about to take y'all back down memory lane. We were about to go to a restaurant. I don't know what state we were at. I think it was DC. About to go to a restaurant, and we seen, obviously it was like the birthday girls, right? So it was a birthday girl. She had her friends with her, so they were celebrating her birthday.
Right.
And she had on, mind you, it's daytime. It's like 2:00 in the afternoon. She had on the world's tightest slip dress, the highest heels, and she was like inching out towards the Uber, and we were cracking up because we was like, it's 2:00 on a Tuesday. Like, why didn't you just have on a nice little sundress?
Where were we at?
I think we was in DC.
Oh yeah, that's when we had to sign up when he said it was no wait, but we had to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they wouldn't. No, I'm about to get on them. They wouldn't let me plug my phone up because of coronavirus. Like, it's passing through the electric lines. Are you serious, bro? I'm gonna dirty up your outlet. That's how you feel.
That girl, to see women wear
Yeah.
clothes that they're not accustomed to wearing, and to do, why do that?
They walking like, I can't wait to get in my sweatpants. Them dudes, and then they left by themselves like the dudes didn't show up.
Yeah, like it was just like, this was an epic fail. Like, it was just bad. Like, I don't know why, but that's because
classy doesn't mean naked.
Yeah,
You know, there's showing less is more. Like, you're supposed to wear something. You know, if we're gonna be sitting and talking all night, you're supposed to wear something comfortable where you can get loose and we can get into the vibe and the reverb. Not to mention, you don't know where I'm gonna take you.
I think another thing is because a lot of people don't know certain clothes are for certain events.
Right.
So, you know, when you
don't bring a gown to Applebee's
or wear booty coochie cutters to
my mama house.
Yeah, like, you know, to the barbecue, the family barbecue. So
and then you wonder why my Uncle Willie like, damn, what?
You got a winner there.
Like, you got too much on the cracker.
You know, if you need some help with that.
that tuna falling out the can. Like, they gonna say something stupid like that because you out here showing too much.
Yeah.
You supposed to come chill and supposed to be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I miss him. Like, why you like my little nephew? You know what I'm saying? Because he different. You supposed to be like that. You're not supposed to be out there, and then when the song come on, you're like, and you start dancing all that. No.
Okay, let me take you back. Let me see if you guys remember this. Do you guys remember the story where it was a girl? She was supposedly getting raped while on Instagram or Facebook Live.
I remember that.
You remember that?
He was fingering her or something.
Yeah, like I think they said she was sodomized, but they had then they like showed the whole clip where she was twerking on the dance floor or twerking on the stage, and she had no drawers on. Yeah, and then the add salt on it. Also add salt on the steak. When she left, she went straight home. She didn't go to file for a rape kit or she went to the police. She just went straight home, which was like 100 miles, 150 miles, or whatever the case may be. And everybody went in. It was so. First of all, I don't even know what the end result of that case was because they did it, and then it was like
it just went away.
It just went away, and it was the whole idea of women, and we're right back to it, right? Wearing these clothes, but see, my thing is, no one's ever complained about women wearing slutty clothes at the club.
No.
So I was just like, where does it end? We keep moving the goalposts. If she's at the nightclub, which is geared to, getting you sexy on, and seeing somebody will, pick you up, and you guys have whatever you guys got going on, you will wear the appropriate attire to do so. Now they're saying, oh, well, she should have had drawers on. I was like, what? Like, now we're controlling if I'm wearing undergarments, because I know there's a lot of men that go to the club and they ain't got no drawers on.
Yeah, there's a lot of old heads that
go
commando.
Back in the day, it's a club in Philly called Chrome. I don't know if anybody from Philly that's back in my age bracket remember Chrome. Chrome was the bee's knees. And them guys that wear no drawers, they wore sweatpants, tied it up real tight so it didn't fall off. And they will get their little imprint, and they be wallflowers, and they be, grinding to Beanie Man and Maya. Like,
I'm gonna get an STD now. Nah, to me, it's just like, okay, I don't think that a woman should be told what to wear.
Yeah.
In a club. It's just that I think you can't speak to the Guru Pitka though. Like, we're not gonna talk. Like,
so when you were out clubbing in your heyday, and a girl, so you on the club,
right?
And what? Okay, was you a dancer or a wallflower?
I mean, it depends on how I'm feeling. Because back then I did drugs, so it was like if I'm feeling loosey at the goosey, then I can get out there and get with it.
So, okay, let me ask you this: have you ever went to the club
and posted up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever went to the club with the intention to say, "All right, I'm gonna get some sweet meat"?
No, I've never had a one night stand in my life.
Okay. So if a girl comes up to you and let's just say y'all dancing and stuff, and you're dancing, and we get a little touchy, and you came across the fact that she had no drawers on, how do you perceive that?
I'm gonna push her on the floor and
Why?
walk away.
Because she had no drawers on.
I mean, you touch the king, like, ugh, what are you doing?
So you say, okay, so
if you go to the club with no drawers on, you're a whore.
Okay.
Like that's the thought process of a young person. Then is like, dude, the name of it is literally easy access. Like,
okay, I got you.
Why do you need easy access?
Okay.
Now, some outfits,
Yeah.
that may be super tight. They don't wear drawers to not show the line.
Yeah.
But you should have the thought process to that. If my thing's gonna keep slipping up,
yeah,
I'm gonna have to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I know that if I'm going to the club back then to dance, we would usually, and the girls can let me know because I'm showing my age again. We were like the juicy couture, like the sweatpants that we doing our little booty dance, whatever, like that. Our booty,
baby fat.
our baby fat. Our
This
little
is fat form.
oh snap! He said transit on Spring Guard. I got Philly in the building. He already know. Listen, so you will wear your little, to show off your shape, and you can dance because if you went to the club, you did dance in that era, I would assume. Now the dancing because I think dance hall, we never took it that far. Like
no, because we came from the era where people don't dance no more. All they do is this. A little bit before us in the 90s, they were dancing. Then it stopped. Yeah. And now they're back to like then they're back to stanky legging and all that. But it still depends on, first of all, this is my belief, and this is gonna hurt some people's feelings. If you're in this club, you're disqualified. That's my thought process on it. But
you went to the club.
That don't matter.
So you disqualify yourself?
Well, I mean, I'm still gonna have sex with myself later. Like, I don't, I ain't gonna get home and look at my hand like, where you been?
Now where?
Look at you.
Looking just as good as you want.
Get in the tub. I ain't gonna touch you now. Wash yourself.
I want you clean.
No, I just feel that. No, if you went to the club, you're off limits. Like, I'm not interested. I will talk and we can have like a little, I'm with my 3 friends, you with your 3 friends. Yeah. You can do the whole hand on my shoulder thing, all that type of stuff. But you're out of the running, because my belief is once we start dating, you're gonna want to keep going to the club, and I don't believe people should go to the club if they're in a relationship.
See, when we would go to the club where I'm from, it became as if people went to go bowling. Like you would know the club people. And when we would see each other in line and stuff like that, like we'll hold each other space in line or, things like that. So it became a, like, hey, you're the club person and stuff like that. And that's that. It wouldn't go any further than that. It'd just be, oh, snap. All right, on Saturday night, I know.
But who wants to keep fighting with a chick that every time y'all get in an argument, she go to the club? Like, I've seen dudes in relationships like that. And I used to tell them, why don't you just trade her in for a new model? I don't understand why you're dealing with that. Like, I don't want to do I'm at the house 3 hours until you showed up. And then it's like, why you so mad? You so.
I mean, it will be the same for women.
You're like so insecure. You so insecure. I can't even go with my friends that you think. And they do be cheating.
Yeah, no. I mean, I feel the same way with men going to strip clubs. Like if they continuously go, like if you have a standing appointment at a strip club 2 days out the week, you got a problem, bro. It is what it is.
You got a problem. Like, come on, dog. You got booty meat at the house. But the thing about, like I tell people, man, if you understand sex, the person you're supposed to have sex with is less thrilling than the person you're not supposed to, because sex is everything that's not reality. Mm-hmm. That's why dudes who have a bunch of power like to be spanked on the booty when they get in the room. And then dudes that's in the hood that ain't got $20, they super assertive sexually. It's because you're the opposite of what you are in real life. It's supposed to be a fantasy. Meaning, if you get married and you're supposed to have sex with this chick, the sex ain't going to be as electrifying as that chick you sneaking away to see, because you're not supposed to be doing it. It's taboo. Ooh. But ain't nobody want to talk about that while you down there hitting the Waffle House chick.
So you think that's why? Do you think that's why we be having these such controversy? Because again, to me, it doesn't make any sense. I look at things in a broad spectrum because we know that there's an exception to the rule. Mm-hmm. And the exception to the rule does not go against the percentages of what people go through. Mm-hmm. So, when I see men that speak, about strippers or prostitutes or lot lizards or whatever you want to call them, and you know, they have a woman home, I would assume that their argument would be, you know, I have a lady that's at home, stuff like that. I want you to be safe, my sister. Or I want you to be safe, lady. It don't even have to be a black woman. It would just be women in general. I want you to be safe. But the rhetoric is like damnation.
I can tell you why those dudes always speak on it. If you want to know the real.
I want to know the real.
They're tired of fucking who they with. I'm gonna be real. Scientists say you're only attracted to your mate for 4 years. So how did you sign a paper to be married for 30? Everything after 4 years is a mercy hump. What? Look it up. No, don't take my word for it. Like I can go twice as high. Like reading Rainbow. Like look it up. So the thing is, all the people who married, I've married 7, 8, 9 years. They're so tired of fucking their people. And the thing is, it ain't that they tired of fucking their old lady. The old lady's tired of fucking them.
Yeah.
That's why women read these super aggressive, cheesy, romantic,
the Harlequin
Fabio joints.
So he took me by the stairs.
He laid me down, and I could feel the sweat from his brow.
I felt him breathing down my neck.
It's dripping down my neck.
It's electrifying.
And then he didn't even wash his hand, and he fingered me.
And then he slid into me.
He slid into me, the thrust of Lake Najawea. Like, what are you talking about? And then he said he'd rather die than to be without me. And he swan dive off the interstate building and splash into a pile of roses. Like, it's just dumb. And they're just sitting there. And then when they done with that, you walk in like, you want some chicken strips? And they're like, no, I want creme brulee from mermaids. Like, what are you talking about? That's how it is.
Yeah, that's why it's very, very, very imperative to people to understand that you cannot let anybody into your relationship.
Nope.
And when you make a move or you decide on your relationship, let it be a 100% sound that you made with you and your God. Like, do not let anything distract you, because people forget that you're going to get older. You know, it may be, I tell this to women a lot. I have women friends that are older. I say, what happens if, you know, because your husband takes care of you, or your boyfriend takes care of you, your kids, and, you know, he keeps the continuity of the household. But what happens if he breaks his leg? Are you prepared to do what he's done for you for years? Now, we already know your answer, because if you bring up that goddamn Hulu account one more time.
But it was only 30 days, though.
You bring up that Hulu,
my algorithm
in
knows.
comparison to you having that truck, I swear for Lord.
Bro, it's the truth though. Listen, let me tell you something. If I break my leg, you supposed to give me like real, like hour-long genitalia massages to completion. Like, what the? I'd finger you if you broke your leg. I would. I ain't gonna be like, you liking that? Yeah. Let's move the cast over. You know what I'm saying? I got you.
I mean, because there's paraplegic people and people that
are
having babies. Like,
yeah, they will put a pump. They put this pump into their body, and they press it, and it gives them an erection. They still like the old lady, or the old lady just climb on top and get it.
Hey,
listen,
and that's love.
And another thing too, y'all ain't thinking about, he can get a penile extension because he can't feel nothing.
Oh,
so he could be working with 14 inches, old lady having a ball,
and just be carting him around,
rag dogging him. He giving you the blink like she's killing me, dude. You gotta help me. I don't think people in general are meant to be monogamous. That's a fact, Kevin. Kevon Moore, that's a fact. I don't think, and my thing is too, they don't study it. How can you hire someone to be monogamous with no credentials, but then you'll go to your job and say, listen, you need to have 7 years of experience? That's so stupid. The person that's the closest to you that you need to be right, they don't need no references. Because
I ain't gonna hold you. This is how I peg men, especially men with children. If you're not taking care of your children, you damn sure ain't gonna take care of mine. That was just how my ideology is. Like, it's just like, I'm looking at you. Am I gonna trust you or my lying ass? That's how I used to think of it. Like, I'm looking at someone do something that I'm expecting them to do for me. That I don't think that's
that's another reason why I kept paying the truck note. Because it's like, let's say you got with me, and I was like, yeah, I took it from my ex, and she couldn't go to her doctor's appointment. That mean I do that to you.
Well, you know, a lot of people wouldn't even disclose that type of information. They would just, you know, be a lot of people would just handle that and not even bring that to the table as.
So they would lie.
Yeah, they'll just omit that and say, hey, you know, like,
Oh, I got this truck I gotta go get.
Especially if it just appeared out of nowhere, like, oh, I have to get this truck. It's like, wait, what? You have a truck? And it's like, yeah, I had a truck for 2 years, and then it opens up. So
I just left it at the yard back in Virginia because I was on the road.
I think that is I think what you did was admirable, because what you did was, one thing doesn't have anything to do with the other.
Right.
She needed the truck. She's not a bad person per se, meaning like, you know, she's a person. She needed the truck. You seen the way for it to still be utilized because you were driving.
Right.
And on the flip side, yes, of course it's human for you to think like, damn, like I held it down for 2 years. You like really looked into the Hulu account to take me off. So I get both sides of that. But nonetheless, I mean, you can't expect people to treat you the way that you want to be treated. That's why I don't that's how
I treat people are not bent on what they do. It's like, all right, it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, you need to go back and say this. I don't care. When I'm done with someone, I'm done.
Yeah, because I mean, I think it's based off, people have to understand there's a difference between reputation and character. See, your character is who you are. Your reputation is what people perceive you to be. So if you can have a good reputation, everyone can love you in the streets and all that stuff. But if I'm around you and I know your character sucks, I'm good. You can stay way over there and don't convince me otherwise. So
yeah, because if you can do one person bad, you can do two people bad. You can do three people bad. It hurt people at the end of the day. And me is like, I got it. All right.
Yeah. No, I mean,
now the Hulu situation hurt because it's not a dollar amount. It's like you build that.
Yeah.
So it's like that took 7 years to be. Like you took that, and it was like the point of you doing it was so out of spite, even though I've done everything for you to have no spite.
Yeah.
The whole thing is, well, if you don't want to be with me, I'm just gonna have spite.
Well, that is why it almost you're almost vindicated on leaving the situation.
Right, because now I do the right thing.
Yeah, that's how, I mean, especially with my situation, it was like, it doesn't matter what anyone says about me. I know for a fact I ain't going back. Let me tell you something. Listen, me and you could split today. I'm never going back. Never.
Why you never gotta be that?
Because because let me tell you something. It's so deep, and like I said, that's why I stand tall, because like I said, you guys gotta understand, this is a whole different type of situation. When you come to your God and your God show you the way, and I'm talking about an exit so clean, like, yo, just walk out that door. I got your back. Listen, you don't need nothing. You don't need the bags. You don't need no car. Walk with your breath and your 2 feet. And just like that, I mean, I feel like people don't understand that it's not that you're leaving a situation or understanding. It's none of that. It's the mindset or coming to the awakening and saying, why did I even allow this in the first place? Bye. So it don't matter how much time you did with someone. It don't matter how long you've been married. It don't matter how many kids you got. Man, you bet. Listen, young ladies, let me tell you something. And I'm the person that screams at the screen to tell people not to go in the building in the haunted movies. Preventative saves lives.
Yeah, because people never talk about it. If a person is emotionally abusive, a person is verbally abusive, they're only one step from physical abuse. Because usually they do the physical first.
Yeah.
So it's around the corner. And there's a lot of women who are mentally not the same because of head injuries.
Yeah.
Because they didn't leave. Now they're just drooling.
People don't understand that when you're in a toxic situation,
it is toxic.
It's toxic, and it could be a slow IV drip or it can be an immediate thing. But let me tell you something. Have no shame in waking up one day and having the strength to make the difference. Do not care what people say. Let me tell you something. People gonna call you whatever they want to call you, regardless. You can be an angel and they still gonna call you a whore. So at the end of the day, what you have to understand is be thankful that somehow, some way you had an awakening, a spirit, and it's almost a conscience. That's what conscience is. Your conscience kicks in and it's like, yo, this ends today. Your body will scream, meaning it will start to inflame. You will start to have visions, like whatever, women's intuition, whatever little, crazy colloquial, black people, we got all types of stuff. You start dreaming fishes and then, the waterfall comes.
Chicken grease ain't thick.
the bacon don't taste the same. Whatever way you want to look at it. You have to understand that your body, your spirit is your guidance. That is your connectivity to God. So when something happens, no matter what it is, bank on you waking up another day. That's the only thing that's going to keep you going anyway, is getting up the next day, because you don't want to be on the news, and you damn sure don't want that person that is toxic telling your story. Lord have mercy. You don't want them to tell your story, because a person that's toxic, the first thing they do, if they can't control you anymore, they're going to control what other people see of you. You guys got to get that. If a person cannot control you any further, I'm going to control how other people view you. And that is where the true testament of a person that is supposed to be above or sophisticated or manly or feminine, that's when you see people's character. I will never speak bad about anyone that I consider I love or family. It's not in my character to do so. They know that they can't come near me. They know that we have nothing to say. And to me, it's as if it never existed. But don't get it twisted. At the end of the day, you guys can understand that more than ever. So yeah, if you guys are in situations, it could be in the content that you take in. It could be you wanting to be alone and not being alone. If you don't want, I told this one girl, she was like, girl, I'm so tired of being alone, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And I said, so what do you do about it? And she was like, well, you know, like I'm still working on my job, and I'm trying to build an empire and all this other stuff. I was like, dude, you building an empire is 2-3 hours a day. Let's just call it like that. Because you go to work for 8-9 hours.
Right.
You 2-3 hours a day. I said, how are you going to put yourself out there? You have to put yourself out there. Oh no, I'm not doing that. I said, then stop. So then stop lying.
Stop saying you're tired of it.
Stop saying you're tired of it. You have to just make the decision of saying, listen, I don't want to be alone, which no one does. I don't know really too many people that 1000% want to be alone.
Now, no humans do. Humans are, they need to touch and all that. So they need that.
Yeah, like that's just what it is. So it was just unfortunate that she didn't see that the only person that is making her be alone is her.
And the fact that your situation, the narrative it's just so shitty, because it's like they're talking and this person has like a new woman and moved on and everything.
I think what people don't realize is the timeline of it. And that's because what I did with my situation that's personal to me is I handled it personally, right? Like, so the reason why everyone's calling me, I guess, like hypocritical or you should stand on your own too, is because it's all coming out of nowhere. I don't put my business out there like that. And if anyone puts my business out there, shame on you, because that's not your business. So been pushed to the forefront to do so. That's what happened. Because ain't no punk nothing in my blood. Nothing. Ain't nothing none of y'all could ever say to me that's gonna make me falter or break down. Believe it. And anybody want to call in or say whatever, you can have it. But this is how I live. I live in the simple factor of there are certain things that we just don't do. There's just certain things you just don't. There's certain lines you just don't cross, because, like I said, I once considered you a friend. I considered you a husband. I considered you a lover. I considered you a confidant. I considered you a trustee. I considered you a protector of my life. So there's certain things that when it got brought to the table, it was like, okay, that's not the case no more. No problem. I'll move on amicably. And being amicable, honestly, I guess it ain't gangster. It ain't real.
Well, see, and that's why we're gonna end it on this. That whole it being gangster has to stop being the default or the thing that is like, oh, that's cool. No, it's not cool. You do what's healthy. Do what's healthy for you at the end of the day. And as far as everybody being mad, listen, it's better be pissed off than be pissed on. Yeah. It is what it is. Listen, yeah, the Wi-Fi is crappy, y'all. I'm gonna get on out of here. We're gonna pay some more bills before we leave. This is the Cash App. If you like the show, show some love. It does help with buying the equipment. You see, we both got the mics. It's really clear. And we're doing what we got to do in the streets. Don't do drugs. Be happy. And bong, hit that Cash App right there. Show your love and your appreciation of the show. I hope I helped you burn 3 hours and 24 minutes. You only catch the replays on New Regime. So I hope all y'all that here are subbed, and I hope you shared it to your community wall on your YouTube, and I hope you shared it to your Facebook and IG and TikTok and everything like that. I hope you did. If you ain't on New Regime, you missing out, though. You really missing out.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys.